Welthall, David Tuckman here for 88 Poker. It's Magic Monday, folks. That's right.
Oh, here we go. Wow.
Whoa.
Oh, look at these hands.
Kings are good. We are heads up. The double elimination. I love double KOs. Whoa.
No, he calls and it's going to be over.
I've got a keyword giveaway, Nick.
This is for another $109 ticket.
We're going to go with Madrid.
Type Madrid in chat. Type it. Wants to win.
There's a ticket. Oh, Banfield had a big one.
Oh,
Banfield.
The Jillians.
Oh, wow. What a run out. Hello and welcome to Magic Monday. That's right, baby. We are back. Nick Welthall, David Tuckman calling the action courtesy of 88 Poker. We have 8 finalists looking for the glory, looking for the gold. It's not literal gold, but it's a lot of money, and you can buy gold with that money if you wanted to. Make a bad investment.
Would you say you're worth your weight in gold, David?
No.
You're not?
No, I'm like 175 pounds.
Okay.
How much is that in gold? This is a good London things question. I mean,
Yeah,
gold is like...
Go. Let's do that. I won't look. Let's do that later. Isn't
gold like $3,000 an ounce or something?
Oh, well, you'll have to save that for you've blown that now, haven't you? But
I still couldn't figure out the answer. Let's get to the action here, everybody. All the big bounties are gone, and some of the players, but some of these players at our final table have won them in the money. Get it? In the money. They've already locked up $3,600 in bounties.
Sweet.
Yeah. Dimidrol has already locked up $1,540 in bounties. So, good news here. We got a free roll for you. We got lots of giveaways for you. It's the normal, just $709 tickets. We've almost gotten numb to it, Nick.
I mean, don't ever get numb to it. There's just huge prizes for playing our stupid, unfair competitions, but you get into a massive tournament if you win. It's very cool.
It is really very, very cool. There's no other way to say it. Cool is the word. So, happy August, everybody.
Cool. I'll tell you what isn't cool. Trying to do a 35 times table. So, we're playing 17,500, 35,000. I can't.
Yeah. I sort of be like here, like Diego raising off of I don't know, 50 big blind stack.
Sure. Some big blinds.
Yeah, he's got some big blinds. He doesn't look like he's short stacked. Who knows?
Exactly.
Oh, the jacks did not raise, by the way, just flatted and seemingly getting rewarded here as they flop middle set.
Yep. Obviously, we can see Diego's not going to pay them too much, but...
No, I'm surprised Diego did not bet this, though. Try to rep the ace. They've got a gut shot.
Hi, everyone in chat. Thanks for supporting us during what is a very quiet week in the world. Have you noticed this, David Tuckman? Is this true in LA?
Very quiet?
Yeah, it's like the first week in August is like very, very chilled. Yeah, sleepy. People are on holiday or about to go on holiday or come back from holiday or thinking about holiday. Not much happens.
Yeah. I mean, my wife goes back to work this week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, school teacher.
Yeah.
So she goes back.
Go back?
Well, she goes back about a week early.
Okay.
So
when is summer break in America then?
June, July, basically.
Oh, okay.
So they
cultural
finish
cultural differences, David.
Yes. Yours July and August.
Well, mostly August and then the end of July, basically, but all of August usually in the UK.
Wow, your young kids are still in school in July?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's crazy. Our kids are done in school early June, and they go back mid-August. But anyway, this is actually a very tough week for me because this is the week where my wife's at work and my kids are not at school yet.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
This is the week on which you could base a sitcom, right?
Yeah, that or just end my life. One of the two.
Have you tried during the day drinking?
Oh, absolutely. What do you think is in here?
Yeah, very fair.
What do you think? And if in the middle of the show you just hear, "Shut up, okay?" Yeah, that could happen.
It's exciting. This is exciting.
I brought you into this world. I can take you out.
What are the chances that one of them could just run in? It's got to be 30%.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
We can. You know what? That's another Law Things question. Look at this. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Nick Wethall, David Tuckman here. We got a free roll starting for you in 24 minutes. And our password team, okay, and make no mistake, folks, there is a team of people that put these passwords together. They have come up with one that is really, really special. It is August.
No.
Just AUG, so the short for August. FR, short for free roll, 01, because this is August 1st. No, not. It's the first free roll of August.
That's it.
Boom! Look at that. See,
it's a quiet, sleepy week in the world, but not in the 888 passwords for free rolls department, because those cats never sleep, never a day off. All killer, no filler.
No, it is AUG FR 01.
That's it.
That's right, folks. No spaces in there. Get in there. We're giving away $500 in cold hard cash. So whether you love or hate the free roll password, the money's the same and the fun is the same. So get in there, and we'll do some free roll shout outs later on. We are giving away 7 $109 tickets. We'll do it our normal, ridiculous way. It'll be completely unfair. But 7 of you are going to walk home with a $109 ticket, which is pretty awesome.
It's incredibly awesome. As we always say, huge prizes. You could play in a tournament exactly the same as the one you're watching. So these players got in here for $109. That's what our tickets to get into. It's a $100,000 guaranteed tournament.
Jay Baxter says Anglerfishy has won this tournament twice in the last few months. I was going to say, I certainly do recognize Anglerfishy. And certainly it is here. Had an amazing July, including winning this exact tournament on the 14th. They didn't actually win the tournament twice, but they did win this tournament less than a month ago. And they won $8,800 for doing that. They are currently 4th in chips today.
Yeah, pretty sweet summer. It's hard. Like even if you're the best player in the field, it's hard to get up in these tournaments. As we see Diego with an aggressive 3-bet, but not one that the timing is going to make them full of joy.
No, I like
for them.
I like it though. I mean, I like it. I think you're going to win that a ton of times. I think at this point of the tournament, people are really risk adverse, and I think you kind of put pressure on them. The fact that they were 3-betting one of the chip leaders actually kind of indicates a lot of strength. You know, you wouldn't do that. And you figure the chip leader is opening pretty wide. So I like the 3-bet. I think they got pretty unlucky. They happened to their opponent had kings.
They did. They definitely get a lot of folds there.
Yep. In the money, raising, and Dimadrol gets the absolute best thing they could have is like, wow, I got ace king on the big blind. This is great. They are the short stack.
Don't get too excited, David Tuckman, but 3 of the 8 players will happily do a deal at this point. This could be the shortest show in Magic Monday history.
And it's never going to happen.
What? Well, we're 3 down. Let's get this going. Don't be defeated.
I'm actually trying to remember this, and maybe Lime can help us out in the chat, or even Hayden. I don't know. What is the most amount of players we've had left at our final table when they made a deal?
I've never seen more than 3-handed.
I was going to say, maybe I feel like maybe one of like the XL Spring main events where first place was like 70,000.
Got a raise, and then Jackson ace king suited. Jack's just flat.
Ooh.
How deep are we? Answers on a postcard. 35 big blinds deep we are. There goes the effective stack.
Wow. Look at you.
Oh, yeah.
This is really interesting spot. Diego trying to decide. I mean, it's a pretty strong when you under the gun open and under the gun 1 call. It is that call is very strong. Ace king suited though. Obviously, you're pretty happy to gamble. We'll see what Anglerfishy does now with jacks. Do they just call, or Do they put a 4-bet in? Don't think they fold.
It's kind of gross, isn't it? Because Diego just isn't light here very often at all with their stack.
No, again, it's an under the gun open, and look at that. They fold.
Do fold. Wow. I mean, that obviously they do have a tight range. They're 3-betting off a short stack versus under the gun and a flat. But even still, Jacks is still a big laydown. Like, do they not raise with 10s there?
They might. I have to imagine that Anglerfishy thinks that their range is aces, kings, queens, ace, king, and maybe maybe 10s, but they're not doing particularly well against that range.
No.
And as we saw, ace, king was one of the hands they had there. Pocket 9s versus king, queen. Diego, by the way, has picked up king, queen like 3 times in 11 minutes. This time it does work out for them. They've got top pair. Hello, everybody. What's going on? Hello, Loa Grass. Hello, Lime Ricky. Our amazing moderator. Give her some love in the chat, guys. Hello, Smokey 420. Saracon 480. Tower. Easy CUAA. Looking for the password. It is AUGFR01. August free roll 01. Gets you in there. Yeah, August for me is kind of like the unofficial. It's weird, but because of like the kids and everything and my work schedule, it's kind of the unofficial end of summer for me.
Okay.
It's weird. It's not like, I mean, clearly it's beautiful out, but it's always beautiful here in California. But like June is kind of World Series of time, and then a little bit of July. And then I always take, I try to get like at least a couple of weeks off in July after the World Series. But then August, I'm kind of back here, and, I'll be covering cash games over at the Hustler Casino starting tonight. So kind of back in it. This is a pretty big – look at this open.
Yeah, huge open, and then Diego puts in more than half their chips with the ace-queen.
Yeah,
so
and then
the money's going in.
It is. And you imagine the open is for a particular reason. Do they hold? They do hold. Eights double up. They're up to 1.2 million. Diego down to 1.2 million. Big hand there for Dimidrol. I imagine you're putting in 60% of your stack to fold if there's like 2 all-ins after you. Or 3 all-ins. And you can ladder up.
I guess. Don't know how much I like that, but
the problem with that is at that point, at that point you're just getting too good a price, right?
Well, that's the thing. It's kind of like, why not just shove? I mean, because you're probably not folding, so why not just make it a harder decision for, if you don't want to?
Yeah.
Encourage action.
Right. The argument on the ICM side of it is like, if there's like 3 all-ins behind you, you're drawing so dead that, and you want the opportunity to ladder up. I don't know if laddering up from 9th to 8th is worth that, though. I mean, from 8th to 7th, maybe it is. It is 2 buy-ins. Pocket Jacks versus Ace Deuce here. Do not. Oh, there it is. He's all in. Looking for an ace or a deuce on the river. Not going to happen. And that is it. Do Not Call is no longer with us. Out in 8th place. In the money, up to 3.2 million, and they're going to earn an extra $47.77. Do Not Call Ace will pick up with bounties and 8th place money a little bit over $1,400.
Yeah, pretty good. Decided to go with that hand. I don't think it's a flop you're getting bluff raised on a lot. Pretty dry flop, but they went with it and they went out with it.
Yeah,
7-handed.
If you thought that we would switch from chips to big blinds 15 minutes in, well, bingo. You hit the nail on the head.
Hey, welcome, big blinds. And you can see now very visually, or much more visually, that we're pretty deep stacked at this final table.
This has happened the last couple of weeks. I'm wondering if there's a structure change or we're just getting to the final table quicker than we had in the past because I don't remember average. I mean, the average stack here is like 50 bigs.
Yeah, this could be a 3-dayer.
Like, why are we so deep?
Yeah, call a food service provider. Yeah, I don't know. I'm against it from an entertainment point of view, but I don't know. I think it's just very random. Like it's always been pretty random. This show in lots of ways.
Yes. In most ways, random is the way it is. Trip 10s here for Corby, my guy. Is that Corby, my guy? Yeah. It's just weird. The last couple of weeks, normally there's a final table bubble, and play gets a little bit tight when you're at like 18 down to say 8, and so usually when you get to the final table, the average stack might be somewhere in the 30 big blind, 25 big blind range. To have it at, like I said, I mean, I don't even know what are the average stack right now is probably 50 big blinds. That's very, very high.
Yeah, maybe in the 40s, but yeah, it's deep. Yeah, it is deep, and also deep when you're probably going to get a long final table because not only is it relatively deep stat, but also the players are playing for a lot of money relative to the buy-ins and relative to a lot of their usual stakes. So, we could be in for a long one, David.
Yeah, I mean to kind of emphasize your point, in the money, their average stake under $22. Dimage rolls average stake under $14. You've got a lot of players in here who, their average buy-ins are far less than the $109 tournament they're playing now.
By the way, so fun, right? So exciting. This is one of the cool things about tournament poker that really changed poker, which is it gave you the chance to do this. It gave you the chance to play for big money when you only had small money to start off with. Very, very, if you go back to when tournaments weren't a thing or they weren't as big a deal, very hard to do that in cash. So super exciting for some of these players as it is every week at this final table. That's why it's magic, David.
Exactly. It's magic. Nothing to do with us whatsoever.
No.
We just bring the mundaneness of it. Dimage roll, by the way.
Sprinkle on the top. Yeah. Sorry.
Dimage roll, by the way, only has one other cash on 8-8. They finished 90th in a mystery bounty 11, and they took home $16.72.
Wow.
That's their only cash. They've already locked up $1,540 in bounties plus $1,000 for 7th place. So they're walking out. Worst case scenario, Dimage roll is walking out with over $2,500.
Is Angler Fishy, our previous winner, walking out with just 7th place? This is going to be hard to get away from.
Oh, this is ugly. This is just such a... I mean, they've really been in tough... Like Jacks versus Ace-King. They make a tough laydown. And now they pick up Queens versus Kings. They started the hands with a little bit over 40 big blinds. I just don't know if you can get away from Queens. They don't. They make the call. And they hit a queen.
Bingo.
Oh, my gosh. They hit the queen.
Passia.
Oh, they hit quads.
That's rude.
Wow.
Unlucky Passia. That is rough.
That is really lucky. Passia, not very lucky there. And they are now a short stack down to 12 big blinds. Angler Fishy, who we've already mentioned, won this event 3 weeks ago, folks, is looking to do the unthinkable and win it again. By the way, flopping sets when you have queens versus kings, highly advisable if you want to win this.
It's just a massive shot in the arm, isn't it, as a strategy? Do it. Definitely do it.
Yeah, instead of being knocked out in 7th, they are now in 2nd place. No, actually 3rd. But they have 82 big blinds.
Easy CUA asks, how will we know their winnings and how much money they spend on the games if they're not in Sharkscope? So we have information from 888 because we are 888. Me and David are actually part of the 888 net code.
Yeah. No, there have been some really interesting studies we've done at 888 that we've been privy to, and just in terms of the data, which is kind of cool, of how many players are profitable and stuff like that. That's kind of interesting. It's amazing on 888 platform. By the way,
did you get the ICM section and lock yourself in a dark room and start getting excited?
I did. We actually did one thing though, where we studied. We looked at cash games, and they did a study of every single hand and how profitable it was from different positions.
Yes.
And one of the most interesting takeaways from this, and I've mentioned this on the air before, one of the most interesting takeaways from this was how unprofitable small pocket pairs were from early position. How badly misplayed small pocket pairs are. I think people woefully overrate those hands. That another hand as well that people really overrate were suited connectors. Everybody falls in love with the 6-7 suited and the 6-5 suiteds, especially from early position. These were overall net losers on our platform.
Lessons in the data from David Tuckman. Anglerfishy getting queens again. They do like this flat with a premium pre-flop as a move.
Yeah, and I think this is a different. They don't want to get it in with 80 big blinds. I imagine the thought process, and I think changing it up a little bit, disguising the strength of your hand is quite strong. Mm-hmm. So just call here once again, and they're going to try to get a lot of value. We'll see how this plays out. Wow, they just keep hitting.
Have you ever had a night this good with the ladies, David?
Well, I have, but look at me.
I have, and then I woke up. But hey, come on.
There was this one night 18 years ago.
18 years ago, I couldn't miss.
It was before your mom, okay? Don't tell her.
Don't tell them that there were women before their mum. That's one of the worst things you can say to a child.
They know.
They don't. I mean, she probably doesn't.
Nick, I was literally married before.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean...
She probably knows.
Right.
I'm just glad my wife was untouched when I married her. You're watching the 100k Mystery Bounty final table there on 888. Seven brave adventurers. Very deep stacks. We've got time for some anecdotes. David, tell us an anecdote.
Well, let me tell you. No, my wife actually will. My wife's one of my wife's favorite pastimes is making fun of my taste when I got married the first time.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, what? She's like, oh yeah, I saw pictures of her.
Harsh.
I thought so. Hello, Crazy Scotsman. Crazy Scotsman, you don't want to go there. That's not very nice. Hello, Leo Guy, Gekko, Doom Frost Mage. Hey, where's everybody watching from? Looks like it's going to be a long show. We can do a little bit of an AMA, Ask Us Anything, or so an AUA, Ask Us Anything.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Hello, watcher brother.
I
think
they'll be too scared to ask us anything.
You know what? Every time I do an Ask Me Anything, it's usually like the most benign question, so I'm not really worried.
And then Norman Chad comes in and
just does Norman things.
Yeah, ask you something wildly inappropriate.
Right. Boxmaster says, "Who will win the Super Bowl?" All right, football season is back, isn't it? I'm going to go.
Nearly, sort of.
It's not really back. Yeah,
you can't get excited. It's hard to get excited.
I'm not gonna lie. I haven't even looked at it yet. Like my fantasy football teams, I have the draft like in 2 or 3 weeks. It's not. I really start looking at I'll start doing research in about a week. So if you were to push me to it, I'd go. I don't know. Is Patrick Mahomes still in the Kansas City Chiefs?
He is.
I'll go with him.
Yeah, that's not a bad bet.
What do we got? We got Brazil. We got Ecuador. Vancouver Island. Oh, 3 on Glen. Vancouver Island is just absolutely gorgeous. Have you been, Nick?
I have.
So
I've told the story many times. I've been to Vancouver. Yes.
I must have not listened many times.
You have not listened many times. I went to Vancouver by accident because I tried to go take a break from Vegas and renew my temporary visa, and they didn't let me back in. So I just stayed in Vancouver and played poker for a couple of weeks.
Which is, by the way, win. You just won.
Yeah. But I don't think it's legal. So I think I wasn't never quite sure the status of the games I was playing in. But they were, I remember very well, they were crazy games, but that was a good memory. But it's an amazing town, obviously.
Listen, when my kids ask me what I do for a living, and if I've ever kind of made money, not on the up and up, I say, listen, it's a gray area.
It's a gray area.
Don't ask, don't tell.
Two people get together and want to play a game of cards. Who's to say?
Right.
No, of course. Disclaimer. Actually, we're lucky enough to work for 888 Poker. Is one of the most non-grey area poker sites in operation, isn't it? We are very.
No, we are the most. 100%.
The most. We don't go into any countries where it's a grey. I don't know what's the phrase again. Where it's not.
It's like a gray area. It's not like they're just when it's cloudy. Call it what you will. I mean, whatever terminology you want to use. But no, 888 is, when it comes to that, they are on the up and up. Flush draw here for Kiskutia. By the way, Kiskutia has been here as well. I've recognized that name. Even though we have no Shark Scope info, I feel like I know that. Maybe we have a different Kiskutia.
Yeah, Kiskutia I think we've had on a stream before.
Yeah.
I recognize it. Maybe it was
there's the ace.
22.
In the money, hits the ace. 11 big blind pot there. No, but 888 Poker, one of the reasons why we might not be where you live, right? We would love to be. Listen, I want to be in Australia. I want to be in Canada. I want to be in all these places. But 888 is very much like we're only going to be in locales that we know are 100% legal. And, unlike other sites. So I have a lot of respect for the way 888 Poker has always operated themselves. Hello, Mr. Noodaloo, to you. There was a question here from, hold on, I might have missed it. Yeah. Cole009 understands the work here at Park. Says, David, what is in the smoothie you were drinking and did you make it yourself? This, my friend, is an iced coffee. That's it. It's just iced coffee. And yes, I did make it myself.
In the man, he's flipped to straight here. That's quite clever.
Yep. That's a good job. Well done by them.
Let's see if they can extract two of the big three stacks. Jay Baxter says, I've met Anglerfish in real life. His nickname is very fitting. Now, can you please explain what that means? Because I wouldn't know what to expect in real. What is fitting of Anglerfishy? He's an actual angler, like he had a rod with him. One of those fishing hats.
That's a good point. I don't know either.
I don't know what Anglerfishy actually means. Do you?
Are they a really good poker player and they catch fish? Or are you indicating that maybe they are the fish?
Yeah, yes. Or is it nothing to do with that? I'm intrigued.
Maybe they own a fish and chip shop.
Maybe they own a fish and chip shop.
Who knows? Hello, everybody. Oh, Con Martioni is in Sao Paulo. Con, we did get to come to you once, 888 Live. That was a lot of fun. Crazy Scotsman says, does he smell like a fish? These are all possibilities. We want to know.
Oh, Jay Baxter says they try to angle people. Ooh, controversial. We can neither confirm nor deny that is the case.
Hello, Parabellum. Hello, Randy Tegrity. Hello, Gairuka. Gairuka90 says, I will win a ticket today. Well, you have an opportunity. We haven't given away any yet. We have not given away any.
Because I'm very scared about how long this is going to go.
No, I would have. Listen,
space out the prizes. I tell you what, though, the free roll started.
The free roll has started, right? Get in there, guys. It is password very easy. AUGFR01. AUGFR01. No spaces. $500 in cold hard cash being given away. Go get yourself some. Yeah, I'm actually tempted. So I DoorDash some food for my kids.
Yeah.
For lunch.
We got an all in, David. And your lunch is super, super interesting, but we have an all in.
but I could go eat and come back, and they'd still be like 40 big blinds deep. Ace-8 versus threes. The threes are at risk. The threes are still good. The threes stay good. Full double up for Lucky.
Lucky was due that after the King's debacle.
Yeah, somehow it doesn't feel that. It's like, yeah, great, whatever.
Yeah.
I win that one. Cool.
I should have had 80 big blinds. Never mind.
Yeah. By the way, we would have been six-handed, and they would have had like 90 big blinds. Yeah.
Shall we give away some tickets? Because I feel like, the people want prizes, quite rightly. They deserve them. They've been very good, very patient.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think that's a great idea. I think that is an absolutely fantastic idea. Diego, by the way, limped in the money, was not going to put up with it. Even with 7-4 offsuit, moved all in and took that one down. In the money, by the way, still happy to make a deal, as you can see from the blue handshake. Enough talking by me, though, because we're giving away tickets, everybody. Get hyped. Ticket hype.
Ask me a question, or would you like to be asked a question?
Why don't you ask me a question, because I don't have one. I only have the one that I came up with earlier.
Yeah, no, you know what mine is. I'm using that one.
Oh, man.
Rookie mistake. Now you got to think of a question. So here's how we play the game. If you haven't played before, you literally guess, but you have got some info. If you're paying attention, this will reward people that pay attention, God help you, to our commentary, and who are watching earlier on, because there was a clue to this question, because you're trying to guess what David thinks, and he's already given you some insight. One guess per player. You can guess on YouTube or Twitch, but only one guess per player. We got two prizes. The two closest to whatever David says will win $109 tickets. Very exciting. Do not spam the chat. Lime runs the contest with an iron fist. If two people are the same distance away from the right answer, whoever put their answer in first will win. Cruelest phrase in show business. If you got it right, but you were second. David Tuckman, how much is your weight worth in gold in today's money? How much is your weight worth in gold? He gave out, very rare for a lot of things, clues were given out.
All in, pocket kings versus pocket fours. Oh, set over set. My gosh.
Quads?
No. And unfortunately for Lucky Pusia, his luck has run out. Pardon me, as I choke to death here. His luck has run out. Out in seventh place, Kiskuchia is going to pick up an extra $47. Lucky Pusia came into this final table third in chips. Got really unlucky with kings versus queens, and they will be out in seventh place. They do take home $3,223.
Wow.
So a
nice.
great day nonetheless for them.
Absolutely hilarious guessing.
Yeah, it is pretty funny. Like, this is one of the very, very rare times in the history of Lauden Thinks that the answer is like if you were here at the start of the show, we kind of gave away the answer.
Yeah. Well, yeah, providing you think what you said, because it's what you think. But
right. But I gave away what I think.
We can repeat the question, Smokey and Deprived King. The question is, how much does David Tuckman think he's worth if his weight was gold? So what does David Tuckman think his weight in gold is worth in today's prices? The phrase is worth your weight in gold. What does David Tuckman think he is worth if he was weighed given the amount in gold?
In gold.
Good luck. If you were watching the show earlier, you will know roughly what he thinks. As long as he stuck with that. Have you actually done the math? Have you done the math, David?
I'm doing the math.
Wow, cool.
And you clearly hate lime.
Oh, why do I hate lime? All these, look, these people should be here at the start of the show. We start at the same time every week, and they should not miss a single thing we say because it's all gold. If they'd followed those two simple rules, all the guesses would be very, very close together. And Lime would have an easy job. The fact that they're not is just because our chat is lazy and watches us with mute on.
My answer's in, folks.
The answer's in. Good luck, everybody. 2 $109 tickets up for grabs.
It's kind of a funny image when you think about it. If I, instead of skin, bones, muscle, maybe a little bit of fat, blood, organs.
Yeah.
If I was, instead of all of that, just gold,
Yes.
what would I be worth? That's the question, folks. According to my brain.
Which version would it be more of use to your family? No, we're not asking that. That is just
it's not really close.
Inappropriate and unfunny joke.
Well, listen, this all started with, are you worth your weight in gold? And I was like, no. Are you kidding me?
I think you are, David.
Okay, my life insurance does not, so.
Oh, okay.
Most definitely does not. Parabellum. Parabellum gets a ticket.
No, that's just flattery. Pathetic. No.
Come on.
Ace King versus Aces, David. Poker is happening.
Okay, good news for Anglerfishy is that Dimidrol just doesn't have that many chips. What's he waiting for? Is he doing a happy dance?
He's playing 4 of the final tables. Oh
my.
Oh, sweat. Always a sweat. Ooh.
Oh, gosh. If another king came off, I would have just been like, okay, that's it. Anglerfishy wins. Dimidrol with a full double up to 32 big blinds. Anglerfishy still helped me on 68 big blinds. And we continue on 6-handed. Blinds or stacks, I should say, a little bit more reasonable compared to where we were just a little while ago. We are going to close this contest pretty quickly. And again, this is one of those rare times where I gave a lot of information away at the beginning of the show. It pays to be here early. So
and to pay attention. And it's really interesting. You can see, I'm just looking at the answers. There's a few people that were definitely paying attention. So good luck to you.
Right.
What is this with the 8-7? This is a 4-bet click back raise that works with 8 high. Sexy.
You know what's so cool about that? Okay. I want to talk about that hand for a second, because if In the Money had aces and they made that play, all of us would be like, oh, come on, that's so obvious. Red flag, you're raising minimum. Right. It looks like aces. What are you doing? And then I'll go back to, and I'll use a Nick Wealthall quote.
Ooh.
Well, if it worked with aces, could you make it a bluff? Because they folded, right?
Yeah.
It looks so strong. And look at In the Money, who then kind of says, you know what, I'm going to try this really weird play and see if I can get a fold, and boom, they did.
Love the creativity.
Yeah, cool. It's a really cool spot. It's something you almost never see, because when somebody does like a min raise in that spot, it's almost always a huge, huge hand. It's never garbage.
Yep. Yeah, and it was also quite a cool awareness of the stack this Kiss Kutcher had, where basically they were just asking them whether to commit or not for the minimum price, so putting the minimum at risk. And giving the maximum chances of a fold. It was very cool.
What is the stone to pound ratio?
How many pounds in a stone?
Yes.
14 pounds in a stone, which is God knows why, some weird thing lost in the midst of time.
Okay,
but 14
cool.
pounds in a stone.
I'm just curious, because Parabellum just said 20 stones. Parabellum, do you think I have 280 pounds? Do I look that big?
It's like the camera, you're like an iceberg. You're flying here, and then underneath it just goes. Harsh.
Very harsh. Very harsh. One of my good friends was divorced and started dating online, and he's older, so he had no idea like how to do it. So it should have been honestly a sitcom scene, because it was hysterical as he and I and my wife sat down and tried to come up with his dating profile, and we wrote his bio for him and all this stuff. And then we started perusing all the possibilities for him. And anytime that somebody either like didn't show their full person in a picture, or like, it was shady, or there was like a really weird sun on them, I was like, nah, you don't want to go there, man. Don't go there, because you don't know what they look like.
Definitely hiding things,
right?
And not good things.
Usually, right? Exactly. Surin case is David, how tall are you in meters? Dude, I don't know, in meters. like maybe
more
like
than 1, less than 2.
Right, maybe around 2? Slightly less than 2? How many feet are in a meter? We have winners. I love it.
Which I have to give precedence to over this exciting types of measurement discussion. We've got winners. I asked you the question, what is your weight worth in gold? Or how much are you worth if we turned you into gold on today's prices? What is your answer, and how do you come up with it? What do you think?
Yeah, well, my kids are already, by the way, they've overheard this conversation, and they are figuring out, now that they know how much I'm worth, they are trying to figure out ways to turn me into gold.
Of course.
Yeah, and
we've got
good on them.
Cool.
Yeah, we do have an all-in and a call. Ace King versus Ace 8. Diego's tournament life on the line. We'll see. Does In the Money get lucky? See if Anglerfishy wants to stick around here, try to get an elimination. There are no big bounties left, so maybe not.
Even if they're not, they're getting 3-1. I'm surprised they don't call that.
Yep. There's a queen. Oh, an 8. Oh, no. There
Diego gets bad beated out of this.
Yeah, unfortunately for Diego, the Ace King, no good for them, and they are gone in 6th place. Diego, with the bounties and 6th place money, will take home about $2,200. So a nice payday for Diego. In the money, up to 100 big blinds. They are our big stack. And as they continue to roll along, we're 5-handed. Okay, so how did I come up with my answer? Very simple. I gave all the information away, folks. If you were here at the beginning and you were listening, you know. I said I was 175 pounds. Okay. Everybody knows that there are 16 ounces in a pound. So I did the math, right? And I also mentioned that gold was about $3,000 an ounce right now. I knew this, and I mentioned it. So it was really just a math thing. When you add up, I kind of actually said, I think it's a little bit over. I thought it was 3,100 when it was all said and done, 3,100 an ounce. I came up with the answer of 8.68 million. That's 8,680,000.
8.68 million is the right answer, David Tupman. That is what you think you're worth in gold. And I, for one, would not swap you for $8.5 million.
Bullshit.
Yeah. We have winners. You could see there was a few people, maybe 7 or 8 people that were really paying attention and got very close with this. So kudos to you if that was one of you and you are in with a shout of this. Our actual winners are Andy Rednick. Andy said 8.65, 0.5. Very precise, Andy. And you win a $109 ticket. And our second winner is Ollie JB, who said 8.7 million, even closer. Andy Rednick and Ollie JB. Shout out to anyone else that paid attention and was very close. The rest of you, you know now, get here bang on 8. Turn on the comms. You get free information, which can lead to tickets, probably. Disclaimer, it might not.
No, listen, this is one of the rare times where listening and paying attention actually would pay off, because there's no way, when we're talking about a number that high, there's no way we'd have somebody that was 20,000 off, right? Mm-hmm. If they weren't paying attention.
Correct.
But, once I told everybody I was 175 pounds, and I also told people that I knew what the price of gold was, it's kind of easy.
Kind of easy. Get your calculator out. Well done, Ollie and Andy.
What is gold at right now, by the way?
I think it's about 3,300.
Okay, so I was off by 200 there, but still.
This just keeps going up. It's gone up a lot recently. Yeah, Bougie says $3,370. So yeah, we're all worth somewhere around the sort of 6, 7, 8, 9 million mark. I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you cash yourself in for gold, but if I find out, I'll let you know.
No, like I said, you've got to. I think you have to. I would imagine you've got to somehow get a bucket of gold, liquid gold, though. Jump in it, swallow it all, right?
Wasn't that
and then die?
Wasn't that the absolutely good idea? Wasn't that the preposterous plot of Goldfinger, the James Bond film, where he liked to kill people by encasing them in gold, which is unbelievably expensive way to get rid of your enemies,
right?
That's a serious flex. You got too much money if you're doing that.
Yeah, this is how I'm going to kill you. Quite a flop there for Corby, my guy, who flopped top pair with the King High flush draw. One bet gets it done. They are currently second in chips. Anglerfishy, who won this event 3 weeks ago. Yes, won this event 3 weeks ago for nearly 10K, is still in with 5 players left. They are currently third in chips. Very healthy stack at 50 big blinds. We have 2 kind of medium, shortish stacks.
I was just going to say, remember, 1,000 entries a week. So it's pretty hard to do what he's done.
No, that's Anglofishy is doing something right. There's no doubt about it. Kiskucha, 23 up to 28 big blinds, puts a little bit of distance between there and Dimidrol. Dimidrol, by the way, came into this final table as our short stack. So this has already been a very successful final table for them as they've laddered up. Now it's just a question of how high can they go. The remaining 5 players, all guaranteed about $2,000 plus whatever they've locked up with bounties. So in the money, by the way, has already locked up nearly 4,000 in bounties.
Wow. That's
free roll.
Cool.
Yep. Sorry. Free roll, by the way, currently going on. Registration still open. You do want to get in there. We're giving away $500 in cash. Password, once again, AUGFRO1.
Get in the free roll. Fun. And this tournament's going to go on for a while, so we'll almost certainly be able to give you a shout out if you go deep. Extra incentive.
Parabellum points out that's why Darth Vader used carbonite. Gold was too much after building the Death Star. Good point, Parabellum. I hadn't thought of that. Hello, Claude Dennis, 84. We got Ace Queen versus Jack 10. This could get interesting. As we got a straight draw versus top pair, and in the money is pretty aggressive. There's the all-in. There's the call of the river. A king. Oh, wow. What an unlucky run out for Kiskucha, who had basically the nuts with ace queen until runner straight. And they are worth $200. So in the money, continues to pick up the bounties, continues to get the chips, and we are now 4-handed. Kiskucha out in 5th. They will take home, when it's all said and done, about $2,800.
Yeah, a little bit unlucky there because it's one of those boards where in the man he decided to bluff at it early and then turn some more equity with the straight and then hit the straight. So there weren't many runouts in which Kiskucha goes out of the tournament on that hand, but that was one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, and listen, I think that's one of those situations as a poker player, we start second guessing our stuff. Like, well, I guess I should have just raised right away and get it in. No. You got somebody to put all their chips in with like 14% equity. That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, if you keep doing that, you're going to win tournaments. This is not just sometimes people don't realize 14% is not 0%. And I think that's a very, very hard concept for people to grasp.
Given some of the guesses I've seen in a lot of things, I'm not sure some of the people in chat are going to grasp that.
There you go. That very well might be true. Something that's very easy, by the way, everybody can understand this, is at the end of our show, we do a Wheel of Justice spin. Pocket Aces here. The Wheel of Justice spin is super easy. All you've got to do is be here and be in the chat. And if we spin your name and you're there, all you've got to say is, I'm here in the chat, and then you win. If you're wondering how to get on the wheel, that's even easier. All you've got to do is accumulate 4,000 Twitch points by watching our shows. Not just our show. You can watch any of the 888 Twitch shows. So, for example, tomorrow, Komodo Dragon Jesus hosts the home game. You can tune in, register, and try to claim his bounty, plus earn Twitch points. Josh Manley Poker takes on Ambassador Ian Simpson in an epic blast showdown on Wednesday. Who will you cheer for? Once again, earn Twitch points. And then Komodo is taking over the stream on Thursday for in cash games. And again, if you're here, you earn Twitch points, redeem those Twitch points, and you can get on that Wheel of Justice spin. We give away two $109 tickets pretty much every week.
Yeah, we look forward to spinning the wheel every week. You don't want to miss it ever.
No, it's just words cannot express just how amazing the Wheel of Justice is.
No, well, the words that you would use would be inadequate, wouldn't they? That's what.
Yeah,
it's a feeling. It's not something that you can sum up with just talk.
Sometimes I'm so overwhelmed by it, I watch it later on and I cry. It's just that emotional. Yeah, I've been stopped in the streets to tell people will come to me in the street, just like randomly stop me.
Okay. And what will they say?
Well, they'll just be like,
do they say you're trespassing again, sir?
Yes. No, they just tell me how overwhelming it all was, the whole moment, and how it surprised them at how emotional they were when they were part of the Wheel of Justice spin. You can be part of that emotion too. Join us at the end of our show.
James Hill, how long does your name stay on the Wheel of Justice? Just 1 week. Just 1 week. That's the excitement of it. You get one shot. And then you got to rebuy.
Right. But every 4,000 points, you can put your name back on that wheel. So easy enough there. Hello, everybody in the chat. What's going on? We've got some links in there if you want to follow some people. Come over to Dragon Jesus, Josh Manley, of course.
Oh, Dimidrol is all in. We're going to flip for their stack here.
Yep, Queen 10 versus 8s. I mean, you're pretty happy with Queen 10 in this spot. Figuring, okay, I've got the overs. Well, you're not happy anymore. Full double up here for Dimidrol. As they spike the 8 on the turn, they're back up to 27.8 big blinds in the money. Still our overwhelming chip leader on 125 bigs.
Yeah, so that makes us a little bit. Dimidrol obviously was the short stack, so now we're a little bit averagely deeper, if that is a phrase. It is. I just used it.
Yeah, and the dynamic of this final table has certainly shifted now because, now we see, we've got one overwhelming chip leader and 3 players all kind of in the medium stack range. And the pay differences between 4th and 2nd is enormous. We're looking at basically doubling your money if you can last from 4th to 2nd. Oh, and Corby, my guy, did not get the memo that they need to play it tight. They are check raising and taking it down, and look at that play. Corby, my guy, you truly are my guy.
No fear is good. Hard at this stage, but a massive asset to have towards the end of a tournament.
Man, no problem. What's up, Scuozy? Have a great stream, people. Happy Monday. Yes, Magic Monday. Cole saying, why are 2 people still trying to make a deal? Well, I mean,
they want a deal.
Yeah. I mean, if all 4 players put the blue handshake up there, we do stop the game, let them discuss it. A pretty tight laydown by Corby with an ace on a paired board, but they do let that one go. Yes, yeah, Boss Mage.
That is tight. Sorry, satellite delay on me there, but yeah, that is tight.
I thought for a second maybe like I was back on the boat and we had a 7-second delay between talking. That was a fun show. New Frost Mage says, if it gets down to heads up and only the 2 players with the handshakes are left, they stop and discuss it. Yeah, if they still want to talk deal, listen, that's the one thing about 888. I mean, obviously I work for 888, but I'm a big fan of what they do. And, it's about them. It's their money. And if they want to make a deal, we are more than happy to let them discuss it. And then at that point, we do give them what the ICM chop would be. And then even at that point, they can decide. They can negotiate and do what they want.
Yeah.
Leo Gygax, just like the World Series of Poker. Yeah, just like them.
And the World Series of Poker are probably one of the few remaining organizations that don't. Is there anywhere else that doesn't let players do a deal? I don't know. No,
yeah. I mean, the World Series of Poker is always kind of, look the other way and whatever you want to do, but they will not facilitate deals, and you're kind of at risk. I always wonder, I'm like, imagine making a deal with somebody and being like, okay, let's say you're playing a heads-up match for 100K, so you decide, I'm going to make a deal, right? But then what you almost have to know the other person and trust them, because what is there to like hold them to that deal?
Right.
Nothing.
No, nothing.
Four-handed, just 4 remain. First place, nearly $8,000. And as Nick mentioned, we had 996 runners. Huge turnout here, as always, in our $100,000 mystery bounty main event. The remaining 4 players, by the way, all guaranteed $2,940. Players going on a break pretty shortly.
Dimitrov is handcuffed here by their chip stack.
Oh, not anymore.
But obviously, that's a hell of a card for them in the context of the tournament, because there's a lot of money in there relative to their stack.
Oh, this is huge for them. I mean, now it's just a matter of how much can I bet to get paid off. You put your opponent on a 7 or a 5. Yep, and they're going to go for pretty much all of it. 11.1 big blinds. And then the money's got to try to decide, I mean, do they have a 6? Do they already have it? Did they just luck into a 10? Tough spot for in the money.
Yeah, very underbluffed though. This is an underbluffed spot. So like in the money's range is capped here, and so it's a good bluffing spot. But players don't often take this bluffing spot when it involves committing so much of their chips.
Yeah, I agree with pretty much everything you just said there, because it's kind of funny when in the money checks the river. Their best hand they have here is like a 7. So it is a spot that you probably should be bluffing more. But to your point, players just don't. So, I'll go back to what we were talking about earlier, and it's like maybe it's a spot we should be bluffing more. Think about that for the next 4 minutes. Back with more poker from 8-8.
I think they all do a wonderful job putting the series on year in, year out. Nowhere else in the world is anybody handling a 25,000 person event as easily as they have,
What's up, 8-8 Ride peeps? How are you? We've got another one in for you. It is the one and only Matt Berkey. He's not a tournament player per se, but guy has over $4 million in lifetime earnings. He's a personality, I guess was a podcast host, and today he is our guest here on 8-8 Ride. I hope you guys enjoy it. What's up, my man?
Same old shit, man. Different day.
Yeah. So I alluded to the fact you're not a tournament player. We all know you're a live cash game player. And, I come from those streets and I certainly can appreciate it. But, my lifetime tournament earnings are $150,000.
Right.
Okay. I'm a cash game player.
Yeah.
You're a cash game player and your lifetime tournament earnings are over $4 million.
Well, there's an outlier there. I cashed for 1.1 in a single event.
There's still another $3 million, dude.
Yeah. Look, you grew up mostly in the LA scene, I assume?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so you had a plethora of cash to choose from.
Right.
I started grinding on the East Coast and worked my way west. So, for the first 10 years of my career, you just chased EV. Played tournaments, you play cash, you play everything, you know what I mean? But the last 5 to 6 years, I would say, especially since I've gotten more privy to the high stakes scene, I think tournament players and tournaments in general have just matured in a way that you need to be studying, you need to be trying, you need a wide breadth of knowledge, and I have a very singular focus, I would say, being deep stack cash.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, the days of me making WSOP final tables and playing 50 events in the schedule, they're gone.
Isn't it funny how back in the day, and I remember having Jesse Sylvia on my podcast way back when he made the final table, and there was a stigma like tournament donks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're good at one thing, cool. Yeah. Cash game players have to be good at so many different things, and here you're saying like, no, if you want to be good at tournaments, you have to be good at an array of things, and cash game is kind of singular.
Yeah.
It's the opposite.
I think that there's been a lot of debate about this, and I would say most people having the conversation are just totally missing the mark, in the sense that it's not one or the other. Like, both players in both realms are very specific to the skill sets, and, I like to compare it to linear versus vertical. As a cash game player, you have, I don't want to use the word singular, but it's like, it's a very deep, in-depth study of a pretty structured thing, you know? You're going to play pre-flop at certain depths. You're going to play flop turns and rivers at different SPRs, whatever. But you have to get good at all the things that come with playing, you know, river spots where the SPR is.
SPR, by the way, is stack to pot ratio, everybody.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's good. It's good.
But you know, where you're like 4 pots deep versus like 40 pots deep.
Yeah, totally.
And that's a big difference.
But I guess in a cash game, though, for the most part, obviously you get some variation, but for the most part, you know, we're somewhere between 80 big blinds and 450 big blinds deep. You know, you're not dealing with like, oh, there's a 22 big blind stack. Right. There's a 60 big blind stack. Oh, there's a pay jump.
Yeah, and I think all this shows in like when the Squid Game format came out, because it creates a bit of a tournament dynamic. There's a lot of varying stacks. People go broke, they rebuy for the minimum. And to be quite frank, cash game players, at least early on, were awful at adjusting to Squid. And with tournament players, it's not that they're not great poker players. They absolutely are. But they have a breadth of knowledge. They know what to do off of 5 blinds, 10 blinds, 12 blinds, and the varying different formations that can accumulate at any juncture, right? For us, it's just like very static, but there's a lot of options.
Right.
The tree really branches at depth.
I mean, I've always pointed that out in like the main event where I'm like, you know. And we are back. Hello, everybody. Magic Monday continues, four-handed, and we are going to play down to a champion today, as I choke to death here. Nick Welthall, David Tuckman here, courtesy of 888 Poker. We're here each and every Monday, except when it's a Tuesday. But either way, the show is still called Magic Monday, even if it's on a Tuesday. I know it's confusing, but yeah. Anyway, thank you for supporting us. A lot of stuff going on there.
Why are you even talking about this?
It's fun. Well, because I was in the middle of saying, like, we're here every Monday.
We are.
Except when we're not.
Yeah.
Except when it's on a Tuesday.
That's very unlikely.
It's unlikely until we have the Fall XL Spring Series, right? Or the Fall Spring Series? I don't know. There's something coming up. There has to be. There always is.
Yeah, usually the big series. We have a big final table. Slightly different, but it's really cool that... I was thinking when you were talking about what was on this week, it's really cool that this channel has content all year round. I think that's great. I'm still a child of an era where there was no poker to watch. Like we just watched tiny bits of poker in the UK, and now you can watch it all day if you want.
Yeah, it is really amazing to think of how much poker is out there. I'm actually kind of surprised. You know, I know there are places out there that still operate behind a paywall. And I just wonder, I'm like, there's so much good poker out there to watch that's free. Right?
Well, I definitely feel like it's frustrating that the World Series of Poker main event is behind a paywall.
It's just weird, you know, and it won't be going forward. I don't believe, but
oh, really?
No. Well, with the developments over the last year, with the World Series of Poker being bought by a different company, I would be very surprised somebody's going to pay $500 million for a product like that and then hide it behind the paywall. That doesn't make a lot of sense.
And it's the one thing as well. It's the one product that poker has as well that you can definitely sell sponsorship, endorsements, ads, whatever, because it crosses into the mainstream. And a lot of sports have done this where they have gone behind paywalls or they've gone onto subscription channels, and it doesn't help them in terms of, you know, overall awareness and so on. And poker, we still want to grow. So
I would argue that boxing, the death of boxing started with pay-per-view.
Definitely, 100%. That's absolutely true.
You know, I remember when I was a kid, I used to watch boxing with my, look at this bet and this tiny raise. Like, it's like, I don't believe you. Corby Meyer, look at Corby Meyer. This is street poker. I love it. It's like, come on, who are you kidding here? And
we're seeing some good attacking play that leverages the shortest stacks into folding, because even if they had some kind of hand, because, you know, you're just being asked to commit your whole tournament
Yeah, that is just kind of just unzip the pants and who's got a bigger pair in that sense. It's just like, what is going on? I don't believe you, and I know that you don't believe me, and I know that you don't believe that I believe you, and who is going to fire last? And Corby Meyer won that game of chicken.
Disclaimer: 888 does not endorse the unzipping of pants.
Well, you got to sleep in your pants.
Let's just pretend we all sleep in our clothes like you should on a family show.
Yeah. It is kind of funny though. I mean, I don't talk about it too much because I do a lot of work for Poker Go and I love the people there and I think they do a great job, but it's always kind of befuddled me because especially the World Series of Poker main event, because you're 100% right. You know what I mean? That is the one event of the year where if you streamed it just live on any channel, YouTube or whatever, or Twitch, you would have like 250,000 people watching.
Well, it is like the Super Bowl, isn't it? In that there are people that will only watch that in the whole year.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. That's the only poker thing they'll seek out.
I watch Masters. I watch the Masters. That's the one golf tournament I watch a year.
Exactly the same, yeah. And the World Series of Poker main event is that. And so, you want to use that to bring as many people into poker, or if you're the sponsoring company, to your site or whatever. That's your thing to use.
The two most viewed poker events that I saw on YouTube, one was were the World Series of Poker main event, and the Mr. Beast live cash game that I commentated on.
Right.
They both had over 100,000 viewers concurrently. And just to put that in perspective, that's just amazing because the average viewer watched a show for maybe like 21 minutes, 24 minutes, maybe less than that even. So when you have 100,000 people, that might be, if a show goes on for 4 hours, you might actually have 500,000 total watching it at some time or another, right? Now imagine you did that and you didn't have the World Series behind the paywall. You'd probably have, well over 1 million people watching that.
Yeah, definitely.
You could easily sell advertising then. I mean, that would just be a no-brainer. But
tell them, David.
I'm telling them now. This is a live show.
You work for them. Tell them.
Yeah.
Get an email in.
The funny thing is, I've been doing live streaming cash games for a long time, and I've kind of seen the pay for it model, and I've seen the let's give it away for free model, and the pay for it model has definitely underperformed the give it away model.
Bit of a lull in the action.
Yeah.
Four-handed here.
But it's cool that I've just torched my career, so it's totally fine.
You haven't torched your career, David. You don't have a career.
Thank you. You can't torch it if you don't have one.
Exactly.
Free roll registration is closing now. Run, don't walk, run, don't walk. The password, once again, is AUGFRO1. AUGFRO1. Get in there now. I mean, right this second. It's closing.
Oh, yeah, hurry.
Run.
Run.
We're going to do a free roll call in about 15 minutes. See how you're all getting on. Not now. Don't give it to me now. I don't want it now. Later.
Focus on playing. Focus on winning.
Registering.
Our chat has an amazing record in the free roll. We want to keep it going. Be proud, yeah?
If you're here for the giveaways, you've only missed one giveaway. We still have 5 more $109 tickets to give away. If you're here for the eye candy, well, just take a look at Nick. There he is, in the flesh.
No filter, guys. You can't trust anything you see on the internet now.
No, it's really amazing. No filter, no plastic surgery. That's just who he is.
It's just nature intended.
It's amazing.
Now, Anglerfishy has flatted with big hands. Do they flat with an ace-king here? I can't see that they will. They don't.
Yeah, I think that particular hand, they want to kind of raise the stakes. And we've got a flop here because we've got a gut shot versus the ace king of diamonds on this 8-7-4 2-diamond board.
Yeah, I wonder how Anglerfishy plays this in terms of sizing. Oh, they check. Oh, that's a bit weird.
Wow, the huge
check shove, I presume. Must be a check shove.
Oh, it's a strong play. It certainly could be. I mean, they're just doing so well against so many hands.
Yeah. You can't you're doing incredibly well. Yeah.
And look at that. They end up getting like absolute max value, and now they're up to 64.5 big blinds. Corby Meyer down to 29.7. I think Corby my guy, by the way, has been very aggressive, and I think Anglerfishy kind of played that well, realizing, okay, this flop is going to favor your range, right? It's kind of a 8-7, there's not much going on here. You're the one who's going to have like the random eights or something like that. I should have ace king a lot, ace queen a lot. Really strong play.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
What's up, Moss Shark? How are you guys? Tower 009 is our latest free roll folk hero. We have had a lot of our chat do very, very well. So keep it up.
How do you become a free roll folk hero?
You just got to win the free roll.
Just simply win the free roll.
Win it. Bink it.
And how many have we had do that? Like 5 now, I think, maybe 4 or 5.
We had back-to-back winners when we were in Barcelona.
Yeah, that was crazy. Pretty unlikely.
Like what? I mean, it's like a 2,000 person event. Straight here for Dimage Roll.
The ultimate hard to get action straight.
Yeah. Paired board.
4-liner-ish.
Yeah. The pot's not that big. I mean, the problem with a jack here is just like, yeah, you lose to a straight, but your opponent could also bet like they four-handed. They can be betting hands that are worse than a 10 for value.
Nothing going on.
Nothing going on at all. Nick Wealthall, David Tuckman here.
You know the phrase. The phrase, nothing going on but the rent. Do you know that phrase?
I've heard that. I don't know what it means.
Do you not?
I mean, I can assume I know, but what is it? What's the origination of nothing going on but the rent?
So the reason I bring it up is that I didn't know what it meant for about 35 years on this planet, and then somebody explained to me. Because obviously the rent
always goes on.
Rent a place is charged every day, isn't it? So I've got nothing going on but the rent, which is going on every day.
Right. That's what that's why my assumption was correct.
I didn't know what it meant. I was dumb for like 30 odd years and then somebody explained it.
Right. The rent, so I guess the meaning being the rent never stops.
The rent never stops.
That never gets turned off.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Wow, an interesting turn card here because In the Money has picked up a straight draw plus a flush draw. Anglerfishy with just a pair of 9s. See how aggressive In the Money wants to get. A lot of outs for them. And they bet 7 big blinds, nearly a pot-sized bet here on the turn. And Anglerfishy just gives it up. As we continue on four-handed, the remaining 4 players all guaranteed nearly $3,000 plus whatever they've locked up with their bounties. Some of these players have locked up pretty significant bounties at that.
Yeah, always like to give the reminder, it's a $109 buy-in, and the players come in thousands in bounties.
Yep.
The big one was won by Julian Orb, who finished 40th, and they won a $10,000 bounty.
They just knocked out the right player. It's always crazy. Imagine doing that. Like you're just like, there's like 85 people left in the tournament. You're just playing and, you get it in against the short stack and you're like, oh, what did I win? And you're expecting it to be like $50 or whatever. And you're like, it's 10,000. Like you just won first place money. And there's still like 75 people left in the tournament.
It's pretty sweet.
It never ceases to amaze me. That's just kind of like absolutely insane. Still in the money, continuing to kind of push the needle. They're under 100 big blinds, but still very comfortable on 88 big blinds. Shout out to our amazing team, Hayden, Lime Ricky, of course. Nick and I do this, by the way, pretty much every Monday. You can, if you want a ticket, if you're here every Monday, the odds are at some point you will probably win a ticket just by dumb luck. Now, we can't guarantee that, obviously, but we have many people in the chat who have won multiple tickets. Some people, I think it's their job.
What, winning our tickets?
Yes.
Who do you think's been the luckiest person since we started Magic Mondays? Chat, who's been the luckiest?
Get a bonus. Sleepy the Old. Early on, Sleepy the Old was just on fire.
Mm-hmm. Sleepy the Old says me. Who are the big multi-winners? Pedro's won the wheel like 2 or 3 times. Pedro, have you won the wheel? Pretty crazy.
Yeah, get a bonus, though. They had a stretch where seemingly they were winning a ticket every single week.
I wonder who the unluckiest is. I wonder who they're going to think, everyone's going to think it's them. Leo Guy gets won 600 or 709. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, who watched our show?
Who's entered the most and never won? I'd love to know.
Who's here like every single week?
Crazy Scotsman's won the wheel 2 or 3
never won.
times. Awesome. Player Quiller, you've never won.
That's not true.
That's not true. Liar.
I've definitely said you've won Player Quiller. I'm saying who here has never won one?
Never won one, but been here for most of our run.
Right. I don't want to be like, oh, well, I've seen 7 of your shows and I haven't won. I mean, like, you've seen like 80 of our shows and you've never won. Final Table 11 says I'd never won a $109 ticket. Have you won something? You've won something like the 22s, maybe?
Uh-huh.
Parabellum won the $1,000 and $50 ticket. So if you've never win another one Parabellum, you're running hot. I don't want to hear it.
That's pretty sexy.
It's like winning the World Series of Poker main event. If you win that, I never want to hear that you run bad ever, ever.
Lord Dennis hasn't won. Jamogi hasn't won.
Really, Jamogi?
Jamogi has won.
Right.
I'm just reading it out like a Ron Burgundy gimp. Jamogi, you have won.
Leo Gygic says, in 1 week, I won 8 $16.50 tickets. 8 of them.
That is a job.
Well, I mean, between like our stream, and I know our stream is probably the most generous out there, period. Like, there's just nobody else there that's giving this much away. But between our stream and the other streams that we have on our channel, there is real opportunity to play a ton of tournaments on 888 Poker without spending a dime. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've had some great successes as well.
Hey, speaking of the lull that August generally is, I mean, it's a little bit hot. People are kind of like, everything slows down. When does the premiership start? When does football start again?
2 weeks.
So this is the lull. Like, there's nothing going on, right? There's no sports really.
Well, there was an amazing cricket match that finished today.
Okay, so there's no sports going on.
That distracted me from my work. Cricket is awesome just because you are from the land of heathens who do not understand.
I'm not saying, listen, it's great. It's not a sport.
What do you mean it's not a sport? Get in, chat. What's wrong
Wickets,
with
whatever. No, cricket is fun.
It's literally like proper baseball. Like, baseball's like bastardized cricket. I mean,
listen, that's all we have going on. So basically you only have cricket going on right now. We only have baseball going on right now. Mm-hmm. Both of which, you can play while you're drunk. In fact, I would strongly advise you play that while drinking.
How would you do that?
Hey, have you never played it? Oh, a set of sevens versus top pair on an all spade board.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, all spades out there.
For a while.
Red Boy 2030 says, I'm curious, Nick and David, what are my stats on 888 Poker? Offhand, I don't know, Red Boy.
you have played many hands.
Yeah.
Some you won.
Yep, that's true. And some you've some you've lost.
That's it. More stats later. Have you seen that thing? I was reminded of poker, actually. Have you seen that clip of Roger Federer doing his speech where, as we see, the sevens will win, surprisingly, doing his speech where he says he won 81% of his singles matches in his career. Pretty incredible. But he only won 54% of the points he played. 54% of the points he played. And I thought, Jesus, if that is the illustration of an edge. Like, this is what makes poker hard, but actually is how you win money at poker, is you have an edge. So you're only going to win, a small margin, both in terms of number of hands and also in terms of amount of money. But it's a hard mental challenge to accept that.
We've got a big, really kind of an action flop, and of course, no money goes in. How does that work? I've got ace, jack of spades. I've got tens. Nope, let's not bet. Where's the pot?
Yeah, I don't understand why the ace jack didn't bet the flop there.
Right?
What do you want?
I mean, I guess they want to realize their equity for free. I mean, I guess they just realized, okay, I only have ace high right now. I am going to either win or I'm going to lose the minimum. And they did lose the minimum, so give them credit. They were never getting tens to fold. So, I saw that from Federer. And I thought it was amazing. And you kind of look at that and go, if he's only winning 54% of 54% of points he plays, it's just a matter of like, okay, so how does he win so many matches? What is he doing that's so good? He's winning the right points, his mental game, so many different things that go into it. It does speak volumes.
And also the edge is just small. So it's the same for all the top players in tennis. The edge is that's just the edge. It's just not a very big edge. But the difference between being on the wrong side of that edge and the right side of that edge is, 20 Grand Slams and $100 million.
Right, yeah. But it's amazing that 54%.
It's similar in poker.
Right. It's just interesting to me that 54% of points won would translate to over 80% of singles matches won. That's crazy. That's a pretty big disparity, but it's amazing when you think about that. And I always kind of point out to people when you go, what is Vegas's edge in the table games? And you go, it's actually quite small. Blackjack, 2%. Yeah. Roulette, none of the games they offer, they have an edge that's over 5%, generally speaking, unless somebody plays it really, really bad. And you look at the buildings that Vegas has built, they were built on that edge.
Absolutely. Yeah. You can make a fortune from a small edge. Merciless says he only plays players worse than him. Yeah. It's funny, but also good advice for poker. Try and play at least some players that are worse than you. Otherwise, you have no edge.
Right.
Yeah, that's probably true. But all the top players, it's the same thing. All the top players, he's just using his own stats in that talk because it's interesting. But if you look at Djokovic or Serena Williams, it's all the same dynamic. That there just isn't a much bigger edge on a given, given 10-point run or something. It's just not a very big edge, but it translates into wins and losses.
Yeah.
Exactly the same as poker.
It's interesting when you think about that. When you think about poker on what percentage of hands do you win that you've entered? And then you go and you can kind of extrapolate that and go, okay, what percentage of sessions do you win? How often are you successful? How many winning months do you have? And the weird thing is that it gets pretty crazy. A winning player might enter 24% of hands, right? Their VPIP is 24%. And of those hands, they're winning less than 50% of those, right? But how many sessions do they win? Maybe they win 58% of their sessions. How many winning months do they have? Maybe 80% winning months. How many winning years? Maybe 95%, right?
Mm-hmm.
Over the long picture, right? That long picture, it just gets okay, I have a very, very tiny edge on this hand, but then over a session, over a month, over a year, that very, very small edge turns into an enormous edge.
And really, this skill is with poker is understanding what you need to focus on and what you need to do better in order to have an edge or to have a bigger edge. And a lot of times people don't focus on what they should focus on too.
It's a really good it's a really good point you bring up, because
Thanks. Well, we needed some content, David, because these cats aren't putting the chips in. Do you know what I mean?
No, right. No, I like it. But I think the analogy of that tiny edge, because, when we see, Federer and we see the greats in that game, you probably think you're like, oh, they must just win. They win all the points. And you go, no, they're not.
Mm-hmm. But and if you think, like, let's use tournament poker, because most people here play tournaments. The best tournament poker player in the world will bust, low 80% of the tournaments they enter. Literally won't cash. And they'll be the best player in the tournament, because I've just said they're the best tournament player, and they won't cash most of the time. So being frustrated when you bust a tournament, that's not going to help you get better, because that's not what you're not trying to avoid busting is the point. You're trying to make better decisions.
Yeah, and that's well said. It's almost nonsensical to play a poker tournament and be disappointed when you get busted out, because that's actually the very likely outcome. Mm-hmm. The most likely outcome is when you enter a poker tournament is that you will get eliminated. In fact, 4 out of 5 times, if you're really good,
you'll get eliminated with no money.
With no money.
Yep. You got to have a really kind of it's funny, you got to have a big picture view, but you've also got to have a small picture view, because you've got to just view it in terms of the hands that you play. And if you want to get good, you've really got to fall in love with decision making in poker. And I was always struck, I don't know about you, David, but when I first came in contact with them, I was always struck by how successful poker players just talk about decisions and ranges and the hands, and they don't talk very much about results and outcomes and beats and things like that. They just don't really talk about them very much. They talk about decisions.
It's, I mean, you can probably kind of, stretch that out to life, but it's really difficult for people to kind of grasp that results versus decision-making process. But yeah, I think successful people on the whole, and that obviously is in poker as well, successful people are focused on things they can control.
Right, exactly.
And the decision-making process is what I can control.
I tell you what I can control, David.
What can you control, sir?
When we give away a $109 ticket.
You are the mayor of Ticket Town.
We gotta reward these people for watching what has been quite a dry 15 minutes of poker.
Yeah, we were, despite the large stacks, the first hour of play went by pretty brisk. There's a lot of action, but outside of a couple of plays from Corby and maybe Anglo Fishy with the Kings versus Queens hand, there hasn't been a ton of action. And Corby, by the way, now down to 7 big blinds, just doesn't really have the ammunition to do much. And they're going to get it all in here, I think. Anglo Fishy's going to call this. King 9 versus Queen 10, and this could be it for Corby Meyer. It is.
It is.
Corby, my guy, is out in 4th place. They came in as our chip leader. They were very aggressive. They put on a show, but they're gone in 4th place. Courtesy of the bounties, they are going to take home about $3,500. So well done by Corby, my guy. Obviously disappointed to not win this one, but we are 3-handed. Angler Fishy looking to win this event in back-to-back months. So impressive. Anyway, Mayor of Ticket Town, I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No,
please
it's the
on.
one thing that can make action happen is to say we're going to do a contest. It never fails. It never fails. We're giving away a $109 ticket. All you have to do is type in the keyword or key phrase when it's revealed. Lime is the keyword ready. Just checking. It is. Very exciting. In honor, this is from Lime to you all, in honor of those of you that haven't got lucky in our contest so far, the keyword is, I never win. I never win. I never win. No spaces there. Type Very it in simple. And you might. You might.
It's 9 letters, folks. This is about as easy as it gets. 9 letters. You're getting paid more than $10 per letter. Doesn't happen anymore. Journalism is essentially dead. Okay? If you can get 50 cents a word, you should be lucky. Now we're giving you more. We're giving you $11, almost $12 a letter.
That's pretty great.
Yeah, it really is.
That's a pretty great return.
I never win.
I hope it is somebody that's never won that wins this. That would be beautiful. It's going to be Jenna Monis.
Almost definitely. Ace high flop. Nothing going on for either of these players. Dimitrov, by the way, what a story for Dimitrov. Again, came into this final table as our short stack. And I pointed out here, the only other cash here on 888 Poker was in a Mystery Bounty 11 where they won $16.72. Okay, I want to put this in perspective. Dimitrov's biggest cash before today was for $16.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. They have already locked up like 4,800.
That is amazing.
I'm sorry, 5,800.
They've basically been short stacked all final table as well.
I don't think they've ever had more than 20 bigs. Maybe they had 24. So. Just amazing.
Type I never win in the chat. You must type it in the 888 Poker TV chat, not in the YouTube. I should have said that. Jump over to 888 Poker TV on Twitch. You got a minute to do that. Type I never win.
I never win.
One of you will win. Big. $109 ticket big.
Guaranteed. One of you will win. I am super excited about this. Get it in quick. Let's go. Leo Gygic says, at Jedemonis, you spelled always wrong. Three-handed here. Now, last week, we had, I think, the longest three-handed match in the history of poker, online or live.
Can confirm.
Yeah, I mean, it was insane. We got to the first break with three players. We came back for the second break with three players. Now, that would be a long time in live poker to not lose a player. To not lose a player in online poker in more than an hour is just
it's basically 3 hours live, pretty much.
Yeah, it's just like it's crazy. How many hands do you get live? What do you? I'm saying like live tournament poker. What do we get? Maybe 22 hands in an hour on average.
Something like that. If there's a shuffle machine, you can do better. But
right, maybe if Martin Cabral's at the table, maybe you get 14. Right. If William Kasufa's there, you get 4.
Get 4, yeah.
But you see where we're going there. Somewhere in that low 20s range. Online, what are we getting? 60?
More, I think. I think it's more, especially three-handed.
I mean, it's just so quick.
Yeah, I think three-handed, you're sort of up 80 or 90.
So, I mean, it is the equivalent to like 1 hour of online poker is probably like 3.5 hours of live, right?
Here's what makes it go faster. Winning a $109 ticket.
Let's do it.
Who's going to win? Is it someone that's never won before?
I've never won.
It isn't. It's Cindy Bear. She's won before.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
Cindy Bear, you have won the giveaway. You've won a $109 ticket. Congratulations.
Get hyped. Cindy Bear has just won a $109 ticket. If you want to win a $109 ticket, stick around because we are giving away 4 more tickets. 2, where I'm going to ask Nick a very silly question.
Yes, you are.
And other 2 at the end of the show with the Wheel of Justice spin. Lots of fun. So don't go anywhere. Pocket Kings versus Queen Jack. And Anglerfishy is just going to fold to the 3-bet. Dimitrov back up to 28 big blinds. Can they make a run at this?
Yeah, incredible story. The short stack coming in and in a massive tournament relative to what they usually play, and they've got a legit shot to win it. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like this is a pretty cool. I mean, we've got Dimitrov. It's almost like David versus Goliath kind of story because you've got Anglerfishy who won this event, literally this event, 3 weeks ago, right? Mm-hmm. And I believe won this event another time this year. I think this would be the third. They're going for the third win of this event in this calendar year. Dimitrov, whose biggest cash is $16.72. I mean, the stark contrast between these two players is remarkable, but fun stories for both of them. In the money, by the way, did win. Did come in second place in a Mystery Bounty 22 last month, where they won $928. But I believe this would be their biggest score of their career.
And In the Money has played really well this final table, actually. They've been aggressive, creative. We saw that pretty cool 4-bet with 8 high. Here they hit trips, which definitely helps. But they've played a really good final table so far.
Yeah, I mean, I think, sometimes we get, more often than not, we get a pretty exciting final table. But the times that we do get kind of lulls in the action, oftentimes we can be like, well, the players are playing too tight, or, why aren't they getting their chips in? I don't think this final table has been that. I think these players have actually come to play. It's just a situation where the cards have kind of conspired to make it a little bit less interesting than normal.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. That hasn't been particularly tight play. We arrived at the final table, as you said, very deep. That was the other thing.
Look at this. This is interesting. Dimitrov can't beat the board, right? But the board is actually quite strong. It's 2-pair with an ace. They are going to chop this up a number of times. Just a question of, is it worth it to put 7 big blinds in there to win just half the pot? And they decide it is.
Yeah, and In the Money's image worked for them there. Aggressive player, chip leader. Looks like they're trying to bully the shorter stack. I can understand Dimitrov's cool.
Yeah, you're not getting a great price on the river when you do that, though. I mean, you're putting in 7 big blinds to win like 5. So you've got to be right a lot of the time to make that a profitable call. Mm-hmm. They obviously thought they would be. That was not the case. I want to thank you all for finding us once again on a Monday. And obviously, thank you very much for your support throughout the years. We do have, by the way, we have 88 Live London coming up in September.
We do.
Yeah, there was a moment, a glimpse in time where it looked like I might come out for it. But that window shut on me. And unfortunately, I will not be in London for 88 Live. But we'll still be streaming the action. Not us, the B team. We'll be doing it.
The B team. Our cover.
Yeah.
You will be able to watch it here, but also come and play in London. It's going to be great.
Yeah. I keep telling Nick that he should play. I'll even buy a piece of you, Nick.
Yeah, I might play.
Oh, can I buy a piece of your action?
If I play, you can buy a piece of my action. Yeah.
Yes. All right.
One bullet Wealthall.
I will buy 25% of anything you play, my friend.
I might get a bit. Thank you. I might get a bit sleepy after a couple of hours.
That's okay.
They go on a long time, these live tournaments, don't they?
Yeah. Nick might be chip leader and then just fall asleep at 9 o'clock.
Yeah. No, I would. I'd like to play. I will definitely play something. I don't know if I'll play the main because it's long. It's long.
It is long. You'll play. There's a turbo event. Play that one.
Exactly. Turbos are fun.
I think
there'll be an Omaha. I might play the Omaha as well.
All in here for In the Money. Dimitrov probably pretty annoyed by this. Limped in with Jack 10, hoping to see a flop, but forced to fold. Omaha would be fun, yeah. I wonder if there should be a tournament rule where, if you get to a certain age, you could just bag early.
The old man cop out move.
Yeah. So I'm not going to add any more chips to my stack, obviously. But, hey, I'd like to go to bed, so I'm going to bag now.
Should we do a free roll call? We've been going a little while now.
Yes, we should.
How is everybody doing? Who's still in the free roll? How close are we to the money?
Yep, let's do it. Let us know. How are you getting on in the free roll? Leo Geiges in 145th. Ooh, Towers in 38th. Marcellus is in 110th. We are very close to the money, by the way. 420 will make the money. 443 remain.
Florank 70th. Sleepy the old 122nd. Smokey 122nd. You're sharing 122nd.
Wow. Just 18 from the money.
Kayseri's in there. Okay, so tell us when you hit the money.
It'll be in like 38 seconds.
I know, this is exciting. We got loads of people in, unless you're just saying numbers.
I don't think so.
Okay, we got loads of people in the free roll. Let's go.
I believe them. Fox Force is still in there.
And remember, the thing about cashing the free roll, it's not how much you win, it's how many people you've beat. We just said most people bust most tournaments most of the time.
Yep. Let's do it. Cindy Bear, you're thanking a lot of people. Congratulations. Just 10 from the money. Leo Gagek is giving us the play-by-play. Leo Gagek, if poker doesn't work out for you, have you ever thought about sideline reporting?
I like it.
Yeah. Only 8 now. 8 away from the money in the free roll, folks. If you didn't cash this free roll, or you didn't somehow you missed the entry, there'll be another free roll next week. In fact, there's tons of free rolls almost every single day on 8-A-Day Poker, but there will be another one accompanying our show. Leo Gagek says, I would take that job. Is it an offer, David? Yes, but it pays nothing. Still want it?
Status. You'll be the only one doing it, probably in the world.
Yes. Not much going on here. In the money, now open-ended. Figure they would put a little. They're not going to win it with 6 high, so you feel like you want to put some chips in the pot, and they are. They're going to go 6.5 and pretty much end this hand. Angler Fishy can't do much. They do let it go. Pay difference, by the way, between second and third is $1,500. So it certainly pays for Angler Fishy to kind of stay out of the fray and let Dimadraw maybe get eliminated first. Are we in the money? How close are we, Leo?
Free roll bubble.
We're in the money.
To the World Series of Poker main event. We are in the money.
In the money. Who was in the money?
Tower's in. Vlorank is in. Who else cashed?
What is a min cash in the free roll?
Smokey. Gedemonus. No, don't bust now. Win. Lime Ricky's in the money.
Lime. Go get it, Lime.
I just like saying it. Ex Merciless is in. Who else is in? Smokey Scuddy. Sleepy the Old. The Crazy Scotsman. We've got so many people cash this free roll, David. Like, this chat is an elite poker squad.
No, I mean, I think you said that the EV of playing a free roll might be 33 cents, right? Mm-hmm. But I think with our chat, it's probably closer to 70 cents.
Probably closer to like $8.
It's so amazing.
Good. We're so good.
Lime. This is a very easy thing. We asked everybody who's in the money. Lime says, in the money. And then she says, I'm not playing. I don't...
Keep up, Lime. Come on.
Oh, this is easy. Oh, I see. She was just hyping it up.
No, that's cool.
Fair enough. Okay. Yeah. I stand corrected. Open in the straight draw here for in the money. Again, in the money came to this final table second in chips. And has pretty much a bit on the top from like 11 minutes in. Angler Fishy, which is queen high, probably not going to win this hand. Okay. Depending on how long this tournament goes, we might do another free roll call. But good luck to all of you still in there. Now the only question is, will we get another free roll folk hero?
Well, that would be super cool. We could even be here to see it.
Ooh, Anglerfish hits a queen. That was spicy. They were drawing pretty thin, and now they suddenly have it in the money. Does not bluff at it. And we continue on 3 ways.
Yeah, it's been a funny hour of poker, hasn't it? Because it's been pretty placid. Just not many big hands. Very few kind of post-flop situations, really, considering how deep they are.
Yeah, no, I mean, the first hour we had we had Jacks versus Ace King, we had Kings versus Queens, we had we just had some big situations where even despite the fact that there were a lot of chips on the table, players were getting eliminated. But over the last 45 minutes or so, we really just have not had that kind of action, and that happens sometimes. It's not an edited show. We're getting every single hand. And, some of them are going to be winners and some of them are not. Fortunately, you and I have amazing storytelling prowess.
That's right.
Right?
All kinds of chutney.
Good stuff.
Another flop that misses both players.
Yeah, it's just been this a lot. If this flop comes out Jack high, right? Mm-hmm. We've got all the action in the world. I mean, if this flop comes out even 8-9-4, we're getting action. But now it's just really, okay, who's going to fire 2 bullets? X-Merciless says, if this tournament ends early, you're welcome to sweat me in the free roll. Well, we'll do it. The Crazy Scotsman says, tell us tales of your sordid youths, Nick and David.
I discovered poker. I punted my career.
There you go.
That's the story of my youth. I had a promising future, and then I had poker.
Were you ever arrested as a child?
No, I've never been arrested. Actually,
okay. You've never spent a night in jail?
Have you been arrested?
No. But I got threatened.
Okay.
To be arrested.
Okay.
Because I was an idiot.
If you keep stealing stuff from this bank, we're gonna arrest you.
Right. But I was young enough they let me get away with it.
Okay.
No, a few friends of mine and myself, we were dumb. I was 15 years old, and we thought it'd be really fun to vandalize the school.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we thought that would be fun. Well, in fairness, we broke into the school. We broke into the school because we wanted to play in the gym. Right. So we were just playing in the gym. We knew how to get in, and we were just playing basketball. And then we started playing other games, and because it was a really cool gym. And then we thought it would be fun, to throw things down on the ground and stuff like that. Turns out, exactly. Right. Turns out, it wasn't fun. It wasn't.
It wasn't fun, and then you nearly got arrested.
Well, I think that the person who caught us kind of just wanted to teach us a lesson. And I will say they taught us a lesson because I was terrified.
Yeah. Pretty scary. I was good. I was a good kid. It went wrong later, but I was good at the start.
But yeah. Well, when you're 15 years old, you do dumb things.
True.
You can do it. And listen, some people do dumb things at 25. Huh?
Your kids won't do dumb things when they're 15.
No, they're doing them now.
Oh. early bloomers, early developers.
No, in fairness, my older one is actually he's good. My younger one though is not at all.
Oh dear. Thoughts and prayers.
Lime Ricky says Nick Wealthall was a late bloomer rebel.
It's true.
I can see that.
I was completely straight and narrow till about 23, and then I started playing poker, and then I left a very good job, and now it's just a wreck. It's just a shambles.
Imagine leaving a really good job to be a poker player.
I know. I'm not an idiot.
In fairness.
Yes.
When you were 23.
Yes.
Poker was really good.
Yes, I started playing then, and I left after about a year because it was just I just wanted every time I went to play, I just wanted to stay up and keep playing, and getting up for work got less and less appealing.
Well, it's just, honestly, you and I probably have a very similar, career trajectory in terms of poker. I played poker my whole life, but I was always, I had jobs and da-da-da. I never really stopped working, but there was a point where it was just well, no, I did, because there was a point where I just had to make poker my career because it was my daily win rate at poker was 10x my daily work rate. So I just could not. I was like, what am I? This is stupid.
Right.
I'm just going to play more of this game that I'm making 10x the money. And I also loved the game so much at that point. Loved it. Like I could not play enough. So work just got in the way.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was the main thing for me. I became completely obsessed with it.
Yeah.
I was exactly the same. Momentous events here on the final table as Dimidrol overtakes Angler Fishy.
Ooh, look at
Angler
that.
Fishy now the short stack, I think, for the first time.
Yep, Angler Fishy looking to win this event in back-to-back months and for the third time in 2025. They're going to have a lot of work to do if they want to do that as we head to our second break.
Two-breaker, David Tubman. It looked like that from early on. Very deep stack final table, as we've said.
Woody and Kathy asking if I got paid for Beverly Hills and Buffy. Yeah, I did get paid as an actor. I actually was doing pretty well as an actor. But for the amount of auditions you do, equaling how much work you get, poker was far more lucrative. I would go to many auditions and not get the part, and then you just don't get paid. That's it. Now, when you book a job, yes, you get paid, but the amount of jobs that you book would just not be that many. Poker, I could just show up. I would just back 20 years ago, I could just show up and pretty much always win. My win rate back 20 years ago was just like ridiculous.
Really interesting. In the Manny, 3-betting 8 high then against Dimidrol. As soon as Dimidrol's got chips where they can fold, Manny starts attacking them.
Yeah.
That's basically been the pattern this whole final table. He did the same to, what's the weird name? Not Castor. What was it? Kiss Kutcher. Did the same to Kiss Kutcher.
Oh,
so this is
yeah.
clearly something the Manny's figured out about tournaments is if you put the pressure on, if you 3-bet players that can fold, especially when there are shorter stacks, you can do really well. Sorry, quite instructive.
No. I think that's great because that's really good. It's. I think there's a misconception that people believe they're like, oh, the short stacks are in danger. It's like actually, it's the medium stacks. When you have a big stack, it's the medium stacks that you can really put pressure on.
Exactly, and Manny's definitely got that. Floranki, fourth in the free roll, or are you just saying fourth for some reason? If you're fourth in the free roll, that's super cool. How many players have we got left, everybody, in the free roll? Will we get to the end before this main event ends?
Towers in fifth.
Towers fifth.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Well,
We've
okay.
got 2 in the top 10. This is a joke.
Yeah, now I want this. I actually want this final table to go on longer so I can make sure that we see the free roll. Crazy Scotsman, by the way. I believe they tried to insult me. They insulted both of us with one thing. Said, you've got... What was it here? You've got the face. Yeah, you've got the face to be a glove model, Nick. I mean, David.
My face looks like a hand.
Yeah, apparently.
That's terrifying.
We could get action here.
Oh
Raise with pocket sevens for Angler Fishy. Do they shove here? They certainly could. Probably should.
We've got Tower and Flarank doing incredibly well. And then also in the money, that Deprived King, Zepp, Sleepy the Old, Don Variant, Scuddy, and Dan Russell. Killing it. Crushing it, David Tubman.
2 in the top 10 is just insane.
Isn't it?
Crazy Scotsman, we get it. We get it. We're just playing with you, my friend. There's the all-in. I figured that was going to happen, and now it's a tough spot. Ace-10, three-handed. I think you probably have to call this. You might not like it, but I think against the shorter stack, you're going to want to call because winning this hand puts you in a situation where you actually are heads up. You've got some chips, and they do. Ace-10 versus 7s. 2 aces out there. Only a 7 will save Angler Fishy. That is not a 7. It's a full house for Dimidrol. And what a story. It's a Cinderella story for Dimidrol as they are heads up. Angler Fishy looking to win this event again, falls short. They're out in third place. Dimidrol picks up $140. And Angler Fishy, just a tremendous 2025. It has been a dream year for them. They are going to add another $5,000 to their bankroll, and we are heads up.
Yeah, and the interesting thing here is, David, is that these are the 2 players that have had the deal icon on the entire final table. So they will now talk about a deal.
Yeah, Dimidrol very quickly accepted. In the money said, no deal. No soup for you, my friend.
Wow. It's a slap in the face.
Whose
it's
face?
A slap in the Dimidrol.
Yeah.
Dimidrols.
Oh, wow. Okay, we got a hand right out of the gate here. Queen, Ace Queen versus King 10. Always fun to see how these players will play heads up. I'm assuming, and I could be wrong, that Dimidrol does not have a ton of heads up experience.
Yeah, potentially true.
Their best finish, again, was 90th in a Mystery Bounty 11, and they are living the dream here today. Dimidrol, by the way, has locked up over $7,000. In the money, has locked up over $9,000.
Wow. Skull Mindless is first in the free roll. We're going to get a winner of the free roll tonight, I think.
Just unreal.
I know.
Dig Hemp is in 20th. What's going on here? I'm telling you. What is the secret? They are just so crushing free rolls. What is first place? What's the first place in a free roll?
They've learned from our wisdom, David.
That's it. Almost definitely. What is first place in the free roll? I'm curious. Well, you know what?
No one knows, but we'll find out during the break.
Let's do it.
I think they all do a wonderful job putting the series on year in, year out. Nowhere else in the world is anybody handling a 25,000 person event as easily as they have, you know?
What's up, 888 Ride peeps? How are you? We've got another one in for you. It is the one and only Matt Berkey. He's not a tournament player per se, but guy has over $4 million in lifetime earnings. He's a personality, I guess was a podcast host, and today he is our guest here on 888 Ride. I hope you guys enjoy it. What's up, my man?
Same old shit, man, different day.
Yeah, so I alluded to the fact you're not a tournament player. We all know you're a live cash game player. And, you know, I come from those streets and I certainly can appreciate it. But, you know, my lifetime tournament earnings are $150,000.
Right.
Okay. I'm a cash game player.
Yeah.
You're a cash game player and your lifetime tournament earnings are over $4 million.
Oh, there's an outlier there. I cashed for 1.1 in a single event.
There's still another $3 million, dude.
Yeah. Look, you grew up mostly in the LA scene, I assume?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so you had a plethora of cash to choose from.
Right.
I started grinding on the East Coast and worked my way west. So, like, for the first 10 years of my career, you just chased EV. Played tournaments, you play cash, you play everything, you know what I mean? But the last 5 to 6 years, I would say, especially since I've gotten more privy to the high stakes scene, I think tournament players and tournaments in general have just matured in a way that you need to be studying, you need to be trying, you need a wide breadth of knowledge, and I have a very singular focus, I would say, being deep stack cash.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, the days of me making WSOP final tables and playing 50 events in the schedule, like, they're gone.
Isn't it funny how back in the day, and I remember having Jesse Sylvia on my podcast way back when he made the final table, and there was a stigma like tournament donks.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, you're good at one thing, cool. Yeah. Cash game players have to be good at so many different things, and here you're saying like, no, if you want to be good at tournaments, you have to be good at an array of things, and cash game is kind of singular.
Yeah,
it's the opposite.
I think that there's been a lot of debate about this, and I would say most people having the conversation are just totally missing the mark, in the sense that it's not one or the other. Like, both players in both realms are very specific to the skill sets, and you know, I like to compare it to linear versus vertical. You know, like, as a cash game player, you have, I don't want to use the word singular, but it's like, it's a very deep, in-depth study of a pretty structured thing, you know? You're gonna play pre-flop at certain depths, you're gonna play flop turns and rivers at different SPRs, whatever. But you have to get good at all the things that come with playing, you know, river spots where the SPR is.
SPR, by the way, is stack to pot ratio, everybody.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's good, it's good.
But you know, where you're like 4 pots deep versus like 40 pots deep.
Yeah, totally.
And that's a big difference.
But I guess in a cash game, though, for the most part, obviously you get some variation, but for the most part, you know, we're somewhere between 80 big blinds and 450 big blinds deep. You know, you're not dealing with like, oh, there's a 22 big blind stack, there's a 60 big blind stack, oh, there's a pay jump. Yeah,
and I think all this shows in like when Squid Game format came out, because it it creates a bit of a tournament dynamic. There's a lot of varying stacks. People go broke, they rebuy for the minimum. And to be quite frank, cash game players, at least early on, were awful at adjusting to squid. And with tournament players, it's not that they're not great poker players. They absolutely are. But they have a breadth of knowledge. They know what to do off of 5 blinds, 10 blinds, 12 blinds, and the varying different formations that can accumulate at any juncture, right? For us, it's just like very static, but there's a lot of options.
Right.
The tree really branches at depth.
I mean,
so,
I've always pointed that out in like the main event where I'm like, I feel like cash game players have a distinct advantage. Maybe an advantage isn't the right word, but they're in their comfort zone days 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
And then by the time, if you do make it, if you get past the landmines and you make it in day 4 and day 5, where the average stack is 35, 40 big blinds, suddenly, if you're not well versed in that, you suddenly are taking the worst of it.
Well, especially if you believe in the ICM model at all.
Right.
Like, you could still be playing like really good poker at 50 bigs effective as a cash game guy, but you could be torching it according to the model,
Yeah, absolutely. And
I don't want to waste my time learning.
No. We can go down that. Listen, I mean, we can go down that rabbit hole. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
You and I have had many conversations. I've had you on my other podcast called Under the Gun, where we got into it deep. And to this day, by the way, and I had over 200 podcasts. One of my favorite ones.
Oh,
because you were just so real, and you laid it out there, and
that was one of my first ones.
Yeah. Well, I feel like your story is, it's so poignant and so honest, and I just think of like how you grew up and all the tough times you had to go through and the adversity you had to overcome to achieve what you've achieved. It is pretty amazing.
Thank you.
But anyway, I digress. I wanted to move on here. So there was a point though, like.
Hey everybody, we are back. It's a 2-break Monday. It is a magical Monday, and thank you for joining us here. We've got more giveaways. We've got a free roll that's being crushed by our chatters, and we still have Nick Welthall. And we're heads up, by the way, Dimitral, whose biggest cash before today was under $17. Yes, you heard me correctly. $16.72 was their best cash here on 88 Poker, and they have locked up more than 7,000.
Yeah, wow. Well, everyone that's a poker enthusiast wants to happen, isn't it?
Well,
get your shot in a big one, you run super good, and you play super good, and look at you now.
Yeah, it's just what a dream, for somebody. This is definitely the moment you all you think about. You're like, can I somehow satellite into this and turn it into a ton of money? It's so much fun. We do, by the way, we have access for how many entries each player plays in this event. You made the joke earlier on. You're like, I'll be one entry Welthall. Some players play this event. I've seen as many, sometimes people will enter this tournament 8 times, right? Mm-hmm. In the money and Dimitral, by the way, have each entered this tournament once.
Wow. Good for them. Awesome stuff. Anglerfish, who was our previous winner, finished 3rd today. In the chat, David Tuckman says, really enjoyed the commentary. Thanks for the kind words. This is rare stuff from Anglerfishy. Used to enjoy you a lot, David, on Sky when I watched the NFL. Living in Ireland.
That's awesome, Anglerfishy. Yeah, that was good times. Got to cover the NFL for Sky Sports for several years, and that was a ton of fun. I mean, I got paid to watch and talk about sports, so it's pretty cool. Thank you, Angler, and well played, by the way. When was your other win, by the way? We know you won this event on July 14th, but we heard in the chat that you won it another time also. And I know, obviously, we were reminded of that. When else did you win this event? Let them know in the chat.
David, have you remembered that you need to think of a question for Lord and Thinks?
I spent the last 5 minutes thinking of a question.
Did you?
Yep.
Okay, good.
I got it.
Okay, that's good. We'll do it in a minute.
Yep. I actually asked Lime for a question.
Okay.
She came up with one. I wasn't impressed. I thought,
wow.
I wasn't impressed. Listen, I'm impressed by everything that is Lime Ricky. Everything.
Sure.
I mean,
we all are.
Right. I mean, she's just an amazing, amazing person. Everything. She shocks me with how amazing she is on a daily basis. But I was underwhelmed by the question. Not going to lie.
Wow.
Yeah.
We found something Lime can't do.
Well, I mean, maybe she can. She just didn't do it this time.
Angler Fishy said last week of March they also won it. Best tournament on 88 to run good in. Yeah, you got that right. You definitely picked. You definitely picked the right one. The Monster Weekly Mystery Battery main event is a good one to run good in.
That's crazy. So Angler Fishy won this event in March, then won this event in July, and now finishes third in this event in August. Like Angler Fishy, when somebody asks you what you do for a living, you just say, "I just play this tournament." That's it.
Right, exactly.
That's all I need to do. That's awesome. Well, congratulations to you.
Let's turn some more people into winners, David Tuckman.
Let's do it.
Let's give away 2 $109 tournament tickets. And after the show, 2 more will be given away on the Wheel of Justice. This is going to be a frenzy of giveaways, as ever, to end Magic Mondays. It's like a magic treat. You end on a spectacular reveal, don't you?
Yeah.
Dave's going to ask me a question. You are going to guess in chat what you think. You can guess on YouTube chat or on Twitch, but you can only guess one time per person. One time per person. Do not spam the chat. Nearest wins. It must be unique value. If someone else takes your guess, whoever's first with that guess wins. Lime runs the contest in chat. David Tuckman, what is your question for me and chat?
Well, you brought up Roger Federer earlier, and I'm gonna, and we all know that you're a fan of tennis. I'm going to ask you very I'm going to ask you a very simple question.
Yes.
There might be a wide variety of answers, but only the person who's going to try to climb inside Nick's brain and guess what he thinks is going to win this. We're going to give away 2 tickets for it. In Roger Federer's professional career,
oh god,
only professional career
matches.
In Roger Federer's professional career, how many matches has he played?
Seriously?
In Roger Federer's professional
played. Jesus Christ.
In Roger Federer's professional career, how many? It's less than 1 million, my friend. In Roger Federer's professional career, how many matches has he played in? So forget about the matches when he was 8, 9, 10, 13. Only when he's a professional.
Yeah.
How many matches has he played? I mean, when he wins a title, like when he wins Wimbledon, how many matches does he have to play to win? Right, like 6?
I'm just counting up all the tournaments.
You count.
This better be a long heads-up match. Do you know that?
You asked me what my weight was in gold. Do you realize how hard that was?
That was simple maths. You just that's way simpler than this.
I had to figure out how many ounces in a pound. Then try to guess what I weigh. These are difficult things.
Can you be quiet, please? I'm trying to remember all of Roger Federer's tournaments.
Go. How many matches has Roger Federer played in his career, professional career only? Pocket sixes, pretty good flop for sixes on a Jack Deuce Deuce board. In the money, by the way, slightly about a 2-1 chip advantage, maybe a little bit less, obviously. Dimitrov, though, only 2 hands away from winning this tournament. And again, this is an absolute Cinderella story. Dimitrov's biggest cash before today, $16.72. We've got the nut flush, essentially. Wow. It's a queen high flush. Dimitrov with the 10 of spades might get themselves in a little bit of trouble if a spade comes off and they stick around. Get your guesses in, everybody. We're going to close this contest pretty quickly.
Wait, no, we're not.
Yeah, you've got to get your answer in, buddy.
Chill out. No, chill out. We've got time. I'm trying to do maths.
You can see Nick just going, I won that one. He got knocked out. I remember I bet on him in this one, and he got knocked out in the 3rd round. You figure there weren't many one-and-dones for Federer, right?
Not many one-and-dones. That's the thing, you see. Not many one-and-dones.
Right. All right. There we go. How many matches, according to Nick Wealthall, has Roger Federer played in his professional career?
Got the answer.
He's got the answer, folks. Get your answers in.
I use science. And let me tell you, I've absolutely nailed it.
There you go. Google has an answer. I am curious how close your answer is to Google. Obviously, I won't say anything yet.
I would imagine nowhere near.
Who knows? Who knows? And by the way, we have shown many times in the past that Google is wrong. In fact, if you ask Google,
it's an unreliable. I don't know why people are using it. To be honest, it's like sometimes it's so far off, it's embarrassing. So
yeah. The only thing that might be more far off than Google right now is Grok.
Grok is a performance piece, isn't it? It's like a
yeah.
Like
if you go on Twitter and you ask Grok who is the sexiest man alive, they'll say Elon Musk.
Yeah. Get your guesses in. We want you to win. Sadly, only 2 of you will, but could be you.
How many matches has Roger Federer played in his professional career? Listen, I could have made it worse. I could have done how many matches did he play before his professional career?
When he was a baby.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm assuming he started playing tennis when he was like 5. Mm-hmm. 6, whatever, 4. Who knows? Ace high behind the pair of 7s. And In the Money has expanded their chip lead here and will expand it even further. Dimitrov missing everything. Had the straight draw. Could have hit an ace as well, an 8. But instead, it is the 7s of In the Money. Now, Dimitrov's got to decide if they want to call with ace high. They do let it go. But a 4-1 chip lead here for In the Money. Contest has been closed.
Quantum Criminal writes in chat, Google's AI mode wasn't any help. Quotes, based on the available information, there is no indication of Nick Wealthall, a poker player and commentator, commenting on the number of matches Roger Federer has played. Wealthall's public statements primarily revolve around poker, not tennis.
But, hey, you know what, Quantum Criminal? 2 years ago, we could have just given you a ticket for that. Today, we can't do that, but I feel like you deserve one. But well done. Played. Well said.
Well said indeed. How many players are left in the free roll? Someone tell me that. Are we under 100?
We're going to be, there's like 70 left, I think. 70 left.
Wow.
Do we have anybody in the top 10 still? 139 are left. Sorry.
Okay. So still a little way to go. Looks like this tournament will finish first. Hopefully we get a winner.
Yeah, we'll see if Dimitrov can kind of battle back in this one.
Sorinaki's in 4th. Ex-Merciless is in 26th. Tower is in 7th. Scuddy out at 105. Unlucky. Sleepy the old out. But yeah, we've got 2 in the top 10, David Tupman. And Blurank's 11th. Wow.
What is going on? This is just insane.
Crushing.
Yeah, really. Really, absolutely crushing here.
Dig Hemp still in. Good luck.
By the way, the Google answer, or the AI answer, says Roger Federer has played a total of 1,526 professional single matches during his career.
I'm showing no emotion. I don't want to give anything away.
Well, the contest is closed.
Okay.
2 pair, by the way.
Google's wrong.
Dimitrov.
So
Google is wrong. Good. I love it. Dig Hemp is still in there, 56th. Sornaka is 2nd now. Listen, for all you streamers out there, and I know all the other streamers watch our show because they imitate us. Imitation is the biggest form of flattery. For all you streamers out there, I'm just going to come out and say it. Our chat is better than your chat. Okay?
Yeah.
That's it.
Word.
Your chat sucks. Our chat's awesome.
How do you like them apples, you poker loser chat?
Boom.
Yeah. Dimitrov needs something here.
It's not going to happen on this hand.
It's not. They just want a small pot with 2 pair, but they need some double ups.
Yeah, the heads up battle has not gone their way. They were at one point less than a 2-1 chip dog, but as you can see here, the first 14 minutes of this heads up battle has not really gone their way, as they've done 13 big blinds In the Money on 91 big blinds. Did anybody let me know what is first place in the free roll? What does that pay?
Yeah, I don't know, like $100.
I'm curious. I'm gonna go 51.
Yeah, that's probably a better guess.
By the way, that would have been a good Laden Tips question. I'm going to guess like $51, but I'm curious. It is $61.55.
Nice.
I mean, that's for free. That's nothing. You had a good time. You played poker for a couple of hours, and you won $61.
Yeah, but also you can't touch the glory either, can you?
No, you won a free roll. That's awesome. Please, I won a free roll back in 2006. I still talk about it.
But as you've just proved.
Right. I still remember it. It was glorious.
We're happy for you, David.
Thank you. Soranaka says you can win a pair of sneakers. Yeah. I mean, you can win like that's like a nice lunch.
It's a nice lunch, it is.
A really nice dinner for one.
Or you can enter several poker tournaments that you couldn't have entered before.
Yep. You can turn the $61. You can play some satellite events into a bigger event.
Totally. Or just win like a $22 tournament or something.
I know there have been well publicized
Limit draws under 10 big blinds though, Tom, and you're gonna have to do your job.
Okay.
Things must happen. Things must happen soon.
They must. There have been well publicized, like kind of challenges where people turn free roll money, like free rolls into things. Chips are going in here, though. The chips are going in. It's Ace Queen versus King 8. I'm wrong.
The chips didn't go in.
The chips did not go in. How did they not go in?
Dimidrol didn't want to put them in.
Well, I think he was trapping. He tried to limp and see if In the Money would shove it. In the Money did not take the bait. I thought they would.
Yeah, I would have thought so too. Bit unlucky.
Yeah. Dimidrol going for value there. Back up to 12 big blinds.
Surviving.
Surviving's the word. Not much for either player here. See if Dimidrol wants to take a shot at it. Nope. In the Monies, though. Going to put a little sprinkle out there, and that's enough to take it down, Dimidrol. This is, about an 8.5 to 1 chip disadvantage. Dimidrol's going to have to get lucky a couple times now to kind of get back in it.
Yeah, and I think they have, maybe it's too late now. We'll see. But they definitely have probably not been aggressive enough in this heads-up match. Playing smaller pots probably plays a little bit into In the Money's hands. He's very comfortable making like small bluffs and small bluff raises and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I think, King, Queen, this is this kind of spot where it's like, I just don't want to let my opponent realize their equity. And now what's the plan? I mean, they've called the flop, they've called the turn. What do they do here? I mean, are they going to fold the river now? If they make this call, yeah,
No, they do. Trouble.
They're every time neither player has anything, In the Money is winning the hand. And that's not ideal, obviously, for Dimidrol.
No.
See if they can somehow come back here. I don't want to make less of their accomplishment here. Dimidrol's biggest cash before today, $16.72, and they've already locked up more than $7,000.
Down now to 6 big blinds or 6.5 big blinds. Got to go with this. Have to.
I think so. I mean, what else are you going to...
Face card. You've got to. You can't fold. You're down to 5 big blinds. Okay,
you're
here we
going to put
go.
5 big blinds in, and you're obviously not folding once you put 5 of your 7 in there. They do make the call. Jack 8 versus Ace 7. A lot of spades out there, and an 8 and an ace. Turn river is a 5, and that's it for us, folks. In the Money wins it with a pair of aces. Kind of an action flop there, but did not go Dimidrol's way as they finish in second place. In the Money will take home Dimidrol's bounty, and they get to keep their last bounty as well. We'll finalize these totals for you. No deal was made, although they discussed the deal. In the Money turned it down. When it's all said and done, In the Money just locked up a ton of money. They ended up winning over $11,000. Courtesy of first place and the bounties. They won about $4,000 in bounties and $7,300 for first place. So over $11,000 for In the Money. And of course, they win it. Jim and Drawell, what a day. Their best performance here on 888 Poker by, an absolute mountain. Their last biggest cash, $16.72. Today, they take home, when it was all said and done, $7,200. Wow. That's amazing.
Fantastic play by them, and a great story for Dimitrov. But I think probably, one of the strongest players at the final table won. You did see a bit of a skill edge there towards the end of that tournament. In the Money, just capable of making those bluffs and raises and creative plays when they didn't have it. So well done to them. Deserved winner.
Yeah, I was really
deserved winners, haven't we, David? Somewhere.
We do. And I was about to say, I was really impressed with In the Money's creative play there. So well done. Yeah, I asked you a question, very simple question. I think everybody knows the answer to this one. Roger Federer, before we do the wheel, Roger Federer played professional tennis, as you might know. He played in a few matches. Nick Wealthall, according to you, how many matches did he play?
Well, he had a very long career, didn't he? I know for a fact he retired at 41. I remember that. And he was a wonder kid as well. So I think he turned pro at either 17 or 18. So that's like a 23-year career. I thought probably he played around on average 30 tournaments a year, but I'm worried that's a bit high. But let's say he did. And I reckon he won about 5 matches every tournament on average. Got to the final or won it most of the time, especially in the second half of his career. So that gave me a total of about 3,700, and I thought that was a bit high. So I went a bit lower. So he played 3,415 matches, David Tuchman.
You know what? It's funny. When you said 3,700, I was about to say, Nick, for the first time in your life, you've gotten it wrong. But then you revised it and came up with 3,415, and that's the exact right answer. That is exactly what Nick thinks. Yes, that's right. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, everybody. If you answered 3,415 or around there, you might have just won a $109 ticket. In actuality, that deprived king said 3,500. Well done. You just won a $109 ticket. And Anfek said 3,455. They were so close to you, Nick. They also will win a $109 ticket. As always, if you want a ticket, make sure your whispers are not set to private, because our amazing Lime Ricky, our moderator, has to get a hold of you to get you that ticket. Congratulations to all the ticket winners. If you didn't win one today, don't worry. We're back here next week for more ticket giveaways. And now it is time for the Wheel of Justice. That's right, folks. The moment we've all been waiting for. Here it is. Nick, take it away.
She only lands on people that have been good every week. Let's spin the wheel. Somebody is about to win a $109 ticket. If you want it to be you next week, you need to redeem 4,000 channel points. And you could be in the spot that the very lucky and the very well-behaved, the Hungary is in.
Hungry, no longer hungry. You are eating today, baby. $109 ticket for you if you're here.
Boom. Shazam.
Shazam.
They are
Bam.
here.
Love it. Eat away, Hungry. Let's do it again.
Don't think it's the first time they've won the wheel either.
Spin the wheel.
Do it. Siren us up, David Tuchman. Our last winner of the night is Bremp. Bremp 555. B Remp 555.
Yes, not Brent, right?
Bremp.
But it's Bremp. Bremp, are you here? Bremp, are you here?
Give them a chance.
I know.
Bremp, you can do this.
I believe in you, Bremp.
I'm starting to not believe in you. Countdown for Bremp. 5.
What? That's it? Wow.
4, 3. You're either here or you're not here. 2.
This seems very fast. Oh, no.
1.
Bremp.
Bremp out. Respin the wheel of Poker Justice.
Bremp has been beremped. You're gone. Spin the wheel again. Respin.
Justice waits for no man, David Tuchman. Our actual... it's Noob Frost Mage.
They're here. No
Noob,
doubt about it.
Have you ever won the wheel before, Noob? Congratulations. You've won it now. $109 ticket for you. Presuming you're here. They were here earlier. 100% that guy is here.
Yes, Noob Frost Mage, you have won. That is awesome. Love to see it. Congratulations to our winners of the Wheel of Justice. If you want to get on that wheel next week, 4,000 Twitch points. That's all you need, and you are on the wheel. If you want to win a ticket, make sure you join us next Monday for another amazing Magic Monday. We've got Home Game Tuesday here on our channel tomorrow. For Nick Welthall, for Lime, Ricky, for everybody here at 888 Poker, and of course, Hayden, I am David Tuckman. Goodbye.
Good night.